Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, episode number 130 of From the Sidelines. It's coming to you live right now on your radio, in your car, maybe on your TV at home, wherever you choose to watch us. We appreciate it, and we're glad that you're here for another one. 130 episodes down. Man, that's crazy. We say it every week, but the number gets bigger every week. So we'll never, fully get to the point where we're done being obsessed with how many podcasts we've done, because it's still crazy to me. I can't believe this. And I know my other co-host can't believe it as well. Stephen Hatch, 130. We're here, man. It's another big number.
Triple digits was a big deal. Wait till we hit quad digits. I'm excited for it. It's coming.
That takes an exponential amount of time. Getting to triple digits is doable. Quad digits.
Hey, we're only up from here, baby. We're only up from here.
That's a very valid point. I wonder what our other co-host has his opinion on that. Brando Baird, episode 1000. You gonna be there with us for that?
1,000, dude. That's 7,000 days. That is.
Are you gonna call in sick for that show?
You know what? By that time, I'm a stay-at-home, husband, and Michelle's making the big bucks. So
I'm trying to be a trophy husband.
We can do this shit all day,
Well, hell yeah, we'll be doing more content then.
Exactly.
Well, yes, guys, 130. Welcome back. As all of our podcast audience knows, we're gonna start talking about things in just a minute here. But before we do, we got to talk about our sponsors. So first up tonight, Liquid IV. Head over to liquidiv.com if you want some more information about the awesome hydration multiplier that we use over here on the show. Whether you're out at the field, maybe you drank too much the night before and you're a bit hungover, it helps. It gets hydration and electrolytes back in your system when you need it the most. Grab either their sugar-free product, their regular sugar product. They have the immunity support, the energy booster. There's a lot of great options from Liquid IV, and you can check them all out at liquidiv.com using promo code Mafia_Mafia. You're going to save 20% off and get free shipping at checkout. So if you do, make sure you use the promo code. Might as well make sure you're saving some money over at liquidiv.com. Next up, we got NECTR.energy, NECTR.energy. We love the boys. I will throw one of those in a little bit, but let me get through the ad read first. NECTR Energy, it's the great little packed pouch. Looks very similar to tobacco, a Zyn, something like that, one of those products. But the big difference, there is no tobacco or nicotine present in this product. It is simply a caffeine and a neurotropic. So give you a little more energy, get you pepped up, and then get your brain focused up for the task at hand. They've got a lot of great flavor options over on their website, as well as other products that they are releasing with some of their other brain boosting formulas that they've been working on. So shout out to NECTR Energy. Go check out their website. They've got a lot of awesome stuff up there for you guys to check out. Over there, promo code MafiaProductions. If you do want to check out the NECTR product, it's going to be a buy two, get one free. So throw 3 items in your cart, you're going to get one for free. So check out a couple different flavors, see which one is your favorite. And last but not least, we got Welts Clothing, weltsclothing.com. Shout out to Welts Clothing. We love the boys over there, dropping exclusive apparel on the first Wednesday of every month. That is Welts Wednesday. But they also have stuff that is available year round on their website: hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, straps, jerseys, a whole bunch of different merchandise options that they create down at weltsclothing.com. We appreciate the boys. They do a lot for the growing divisional sports or divisional side of paintball here in Texas. And so it's a great company in general. We love supporting them here on the show, and we appreciate their support to help put this show on the air. So thank you to Welts Clothing. Promo code FTS over there. Save yourself a little money at checkout. All right, well, final housewarming bit I gotta get in before we get into the show, guys. We gotta bring in our guest. New friend to us. We haven't seen him here on the show before, but a guy that I've seen around at plenty of events here and there. Definitely a familiar face in the paintball media side of things. We're excited to have him on and pick his brain a little more tonight. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Gieseke, something like that. I just call him A.R.G. Image. That's what he goes by online. And so Aaron, how you doing, man? Welcome on in.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Doing good. It's a little cold up here. All right, it was 6 degrees this morning when I got up for work.
Oh God.
Ew.
16 as a high today. Yeah, disgusting, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah, I for the first time in my life, I get to cold sympathize a little bit. Normally I'd be a Cali boy and I'd be like, oh, it's 40 degrees. It's so cold. Bitch, there was snow on the ground today. All right. It was cold. Okay.
Dude,
it's officially cold.
I saw it says Texas deep freeze. I was like, dude, I hope he's got his long johns on, bro.
Yeah, fleece pants. They were on today, 100%.
yeah,
but no, I remember looking out last night over my apartment complex. It was, middle of the night, 2 a.m. or so. I stay up late. I have a horrible sleep cycle. But as I'm looking out, the snow was like slowly falling down, and it was already covering the rooftops, and all the lights were twinkling. And I finally understood winter magic at this point. I was like, oh, this does look beautiful. But then I went out in it today, and I was like, fuck this shit. It's miserable.
Yeah, it looks really nice from inside your house, and then when you have to walk outside, you're like, dude, I hate this, bro.
Everything about it. It's just cold. Your
I like
hands
it when
are
it's on my
freezing.
screen, on a nice Hallmark cheesy movie, chilling, where I'm just, I don't got to worry about walking out in the cold, freezing my nicks off.
Dude, I catch myself like 5 or 6 times telling myself, it's like, why do I live in a place where the air hurts my face?
That's a very
Here
good
I
point.
am.
I mean, maybe
Here
you
I
should rethink that, brother. But it's okay. I moved down to Texas, and apparently I didn't know that, but snow comes with that. Aaron, another thing I kind of wanted to point us to get started with you today. Obviously, people are going to know you from your media side, working in paintball and doing, the stuff the last couple seasons. You've been kind of growing into that and kind of getting your name out there more and more. But something very interesting you just posted a couple days ago was talking about your start of photography and media and how you got into all of it. I wanted to pick your brain about that a little more and just kind of, where was the beginning of picking up a camera and, getting into taking photos of things?
So it all started from hunting, and it's actually funny because right behind, I have one of my taxidermy ducks that I got at the outfitter when I used to work there. So I've always had my job that I have now. So in the weekends, I used to be really big into hunting, got super into hunting when I was on deployment. I got put into a pro staff position for a calling company for, ducks and geese, waterfowl. So then I came down, worked with them a few times. They said, yo, let's get you out here to the outfitter. So, long story
Sick.
short, it was dope. Like, waterfowl hunting is the one thing that I've always, other than paintball, wrestling, it's been waterfowl. Everything. That's been pretty much my life until, like, I had my family and my kid, the wife and stuff like that. So, going over the years, I've killed a bunch of ducks, thousands. So I'm just like, you know what? Why don't I just start picking up a camera, start, going out, taking pictures of ducks except for shooting them, seeing them while they're, dabbling around doing their thing, little duck stuff here and there. And that's what started
Duck
it.
stuff.
That's, just, ducks doing duck stuff, eating off the bottom of creeks with their butts up, that type of stuff. But
one of my favorite things about ducks, sorry, the little sit.
No, you're good.
You see a duck on water, and you're like, oh, it looks so calm and peaceful. Meanwhile, under the water, its fucking legs are just fucking freaking out, trying to stay alive. And it's like the difference of above water versus below water. It's I always love that. I don't know.
Everybody thinks
the difference.
ducks are like really cute,
No, they're
Fun
kind of
fact,
assholes.
They are, dude. They're assholes.
All
Fun
birds
fact,
are.
though, ducks are free if you can just go to your local park and pick them up. No one's gonna stop you. Fun fact for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Total joke.
Nice.
Someone,
Total
I
joke,
think,
just
I think
saying
someone
that.
at Dice said the same thing about, preschool.
Oh shit!
Jesus.
I don't remember who said
Alright.
it, but
Minutes in,
So
chill the fuck out.
sorry.
Chill out, dog.
Thank God. I knew there was a reason why I liked PE more than die, bro. I hated die, dude.
Okay.
I'm a PE homeboy, dude.
Hey, fucking, I
Hey,
love playing the clips.
CS2, best gun ever shot. Just saying.
I still got my Ego 11, bro.
They're the best. But getting back to the waterfowl stuff, so you were originally going out there like it was just a passion of yours, and you're like, yeah, let's go document this a little bit. Let's go take some photos of my buddies out there, or let's go take some photos of the ducks themselves.
Yeah, I was still going on. So, like, at one point I had hunting licenses to, like, 8 different states. So I was going on duck hunting trips down to Virginia, working at the guide service, Georgia, where I used to live, Pennsylvania, New York, Maryland, Virginia, all these other places. So I'm just like, cool, I'm going to bring my camera out. All my buddies would be going out. And but then when, the hunting season was over, I was like, well, I like doing this photography stuff. I said, this is a lot of fun. And I want to see how far I could really take this. See if I could really, boost up my quality and stuff like that. So, I'm like, what else do I like? I'm like, okay, well, I ride motorcycles. Boom. Started doing motorcycle photography. Started doing car photography and doing stuff like that. And then I was actually coaching very loosely because these guys did not want to learn. A D5 team. And I'm not a pro. I'm not like Hatch or Brando.
Whoa,
Like, I didn't
whoa!
play at a high
That's
level.
that's former elite pro to you, buddy. That's formerly elite pro.
My
Formerly.
bad, bro. My bad. But like, yeah, I played D3, D4. You know what I mean? So like, I can teach D5 guys. Like D3
Absolutely.
is like when you just start figuring out even how to play paintball. So, you know, came out there. Well, in turn, they had, and at that time I was still working for the Quarry, and I was working for Harley Davidson doing their media and stuff like that. So, dude, it was sick, dude. And this is
Awesome.
this is something that I want a lot of media people, you know, I want these guys to know. I know a lot of people are pretty money hungry when it comes to media, but something that people should probably learn is get your foot wet, get your feet wet, maybe do some stuff for free. You might be able to, you catch more flies with honey. You know what I mean? So maybe do some stuff for free. Yeah, it sucks right now, but look in the back end. You know what I mean? So like, that's how I got with Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson came out, I think it was in 2017 or 2018, they came out with a new Road Glide. Well, it's my favorite color. It was like an ash teal. So I'm like, hey,
Hell
mind if I take some photos of this bike and I'll just let you guys use it? And they're like, yeah, cool. Well, a year later, they called me back and they said, hey, we need somebody to come out, cover media. I'm like, dude, I'll take it. And it was actually pretty cool. Like, they let me take out any bike. They said, if you want photos of it, you have keys. And I looked over and it was like a $40,000 CVO. I'm like, can I take that out? They're like, yeah, here. I was like, dude, this job is sick, bro.
That is so badass, bro.
It was.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and
go ahead. Sorry.
I want to bring something up there because you're talking about working for free. There is that line of understanding when to and when not to.
Exactly.
Because yes, when my first year, you know, working in paintball, fuck, dude, Rebirth was made for free. No one paid me for that shit. I just made it because I wanted to. And one of the things from that is that helped get my foot into doors. But now also, you know, when someone comes to me today saying, "Hey, I can't really pay you. You know, I got this stuff." The conversation usually does have to end because I've got bills I got to pay. I've got, you know, equipment fees that I've worked up for to you know, to own and have. And so it, you know, it's one of those things, like, it sounds bad, but at the same time, if fucking Cloud9 came to me and said, hey, we have a tournament in Dallas, we need someone to go film, I would say yes. I would get myself there and I would go do it, because that's an example of that will open doors. So, you know, it's understanding like the right clientele to work for free. And especially when you're doing it at first, it's just nice to build your portfolio, you know, just for that Harley Davidson shot, like, hey, okay, cool. Now you have a shot of a bike that most people don't have access to. And like, that could even start getting you into other things.
And that's the fine line.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. And it's to go off of what you just said. There's a fine line where you have to, like, you know, I'm 32, so I'm not too old, but at the same time, like, I've lived enough to where my bullshit meter is, like, pretty good, bro. So, like, I know when you're trying to, like, take advantage of me.
You're former military too, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's where the bullshit meter comes
Oh,
from.
yeah, dude. So I've had enough of that. So it's like, I can tell, and it's the same thing with people just like want to be your friend because you can take media, or do they actually like want to be your friend for you and your character, not just what you can give to them. So it's like, as long as you can tell and you use your bullshit meter to like really kind of like gauge this person out, you can kind of tell. And like after you step your foot into the door, like especially with Harley Davidson, you know, then they're trying to be like, then that's when you work out the negotiations, when you have your foot in the door. It's like, hey, you know, you came to me, this is my price, I would love to work with you. Like, you have to just set that stage, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, for sure. And, you know, that's one of the things that, I mean, shout out to Verbal, but that's one of the things he instilled with me early is like, your price is your price. If someone doesn't want to pay that price, you may not want to work with them in, you know, the first place. You know, some of the worst clients I've had are guys who like, I tried to help out and, you know, oh, okay, you guys can do 250. All right. Yeah, I'll do that for you. And then, you know, you're just kind of stuck in this thing and you're like, fuck. Like, it can get bad. So yeah, a lot of it is kind of people assessing and, you know, getting vibe checks from stuff.
It's mostly that, like the vibe check. I've had people come up to me like, and like people I've seen at the field like a bunch of times. And they're like, yo, bro, like, we'd love to, like, and it doesn't even start with, like, yo, we'd love to use you. It's like, yo, bro, how you doing? You get this, like, weird vibe. Like, it's an awkward, like, chop it up with the boys. And it's like, okay, so where's the sales pitch coming from? Then the sales pitch comes in. Then it's like, hey, and then they try to talk you down off your price. And it's like, I was told by multiple people I should charge more. But my thing is like, I just like to know more people. I like to be a positive dude. You know what I mean? So, like, I'll charge enough, but not like over.
Well, and
So-
at the end of the day, your price is your price. If you feel
know your
comfortable accepting that work and saying, "Hey, this is what I will get you this video and this footage for this price. I'm comfortable with that." Fuck, that's your price. Like, I don't get a fucking tell you what's wrong or right about that.
But you'll have people like start to like talk you down, and it's like, well, my teammate's wife can, she has she has a camera. She was saying she could do our stuff for $100, and it's like,
Why aren't you
okay.
asking her?
Go use her then.
Exactly, and that's what I always say. And sometimes it's like tattoos, bro. Like, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get a bunch of
Definitely.
are you gonna get a bunch of pictures where it's like everything looks like it was shot on a potato? It's like you can. Or you can
No,
get some stuff like that you can put into a magazine. Like we can do
I
that.
absolutely
Yes.
love your tattoo analogy there because I have 2 tats. I want more tats. There are multiple in my head that I'm like, yes, that would be sick. Okay, good tats are fucking expensive, and I'm not gonna get a shitty tattoo. You know why? Because that thing's gonna be on my body the rest of my life.
Forever.
So yeah, the couple pieces I have probably cost me about $1,000. I'm gonna have them the rest of my life. I'm okay with that. Like, and so when
Trust
I get
me.
more, but I love that analogy because that is such a it's direct. You pay for the work that you get, and something like media, it's not as final as a tattoo or something that you're gonna have for life. But if you win that tournament and all the photos are blurry and out of focus, that's gonna suck.
Or all you get is like a dude's foot on a celebration, and it's like, yo, I got that cleat really in there. It's just like,
it's all front focus, so like, you can't see them and shit. Yeah. But no, and it's these are the reasons why we charge the prices we charge, and then you throw in the fact that you guys are shooting 300 feet per second projectiles that can break any pieces of our equipment at any point in time. We
And the
have to
weather.
replace shit. Like that's
and
And I
just
assume-
bro.
I assume you guys are never gonna be like, oh well, while your guys' match was going on, my lens was shot, so sending you the bill for the lens.
No.
no,
right?
because that's
How crazy would
we're
that be?
taking that
We have to cover
responsibility.
that.
Exactly.
going
How
out there.
crazy
Yeah.
would that be, right?
But at the same time, it's like an insurance company. We have to pass a little bit of that along to the clients, or when it does finally break, we've made enough to profit and then potentially get a new one or repair it or whatever you got to do.
Absolutely. And these pieces of glass are expensive. Like one thing that I've learned
Very expensive.
through the little parts of media that I'm in myself, bro. A fine piece of glass is a fine dollar Benjamin right there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's funny because you bring up hunting earlier, but like Canon, one of the premier camera and lens makers, they also make hunting scopes because it's the same exact technology. It's taking pieces of glass and putting them in very specific places so it magnifies or looks the way you want
Perfection.
it.
Yes.
But that's it's a very difficult task and it's not cheap. I mean, as you probably know from the optics world, shit gets expensive.
Oh my gosh, dude, the optical, my AR, and they always tell you with any rifle system that you ever have, you're gonna shoot your glass. So if you're spending $1,800 on a Scar H or a Scar L, okay, $1,800 sounds really crazy. Well, guess what? Scars eat up optics like crazy. So you're gonna have to spend like $2,000 to $2,500.
Scar H that's chambered in 308, right?
Dude, I don't shoot scars, so I think the Scar
But I was
L
gonna
is
say, that's like
I
a
think the Scar L
$2
is
round.
5.56.
Okay, yeah. So if you're literally every time you pull the trigger, $2, $4, $6, $8,
Yeah,
$10.
yeah.
Like, they get expensive. Guns
But
themselves.
it's the recoil that eats up these optics. So you can't be having
vibration.
Like, yeah, so you can't be having no like Momo cheap optic that you got at like Walmart. You have to put on something that can take the abuse and still hold a zero.
I think
it's the same thing with
Demo
cameras.
Ranch has done a video where he put like an airsoft red dot on an AR, and within 2 rounds, the thing's
Glass is
shaking
broken.
apart.
Done.
Yeah, the glass is broken. The light doesn't work because it is not a rigid steel piece
Damn.
that is meant to handle that shit.
You know,
I
Even if
love
it's not
watching those
tech.
videos, dude. I love watching those videos.
Well, even if it's not broken, the zero still doesn't hold.
Yeah,
So it's
because
like
it moves
if you're
around.
Gonna, yeah, so if you're gonna like go hunting with something, or you always want to make sure. And I've had people talk to me all the time, and they're like, not just with cameras. Obviously, with cameras, like if you want to look up something super expensive, look up just any RF lens for a Canon that is like a 70 to 200 plus. You're spending in the couple grand range, but it's all because of glass. It's the quality.
But Aaron, you want to talk cinema lenses? You want to
No,
talk fucking RE Cinema Primes? $35,000 for a
No.
lens?
Bro, I feel Don't
It
look
gets
at
ridiculous, bro.
Don't look at the
Like-
dinky camera, bro. This is so bad.
No,
Oh my gosh.
but I like that point there. You know, quality has a price to it, and I think at the end of the day, there is, you know, one of my favorite sayings that I got from PKA: buy nice or buy twice. Sometimes in life, you just buy the
100%.
nicer version because then you'll still save money and just, you know, for buying 2 of them along the way.
Absolutely.
Buy once, cry once, man. That's how it goes.
Yeah, no, that's another
Like,
good saying for it. But,
sunglasses is one of those things, just like for me, where it's like, I mean, I ran over my sunglasses with a car, so and I spent over $200 on my sunglasses, and they still survived. So I know that, you know, if you're
got that good shit,
buy
that
nice
titanium.
or buy twice, Ryan.
Those
That is
pastas,
my grandpa instilled that to me when I was a young lad.
yeah,
And
no,
man, was
that's
that
a
shit
good
right.
one. Going back to the hunting thing real quick, because I actually wanted to pick your brain about this a little bit. I've never like done deer hunting, moose hunting, like any of the like larger game animals. But we have gone waterfowl hunting. My grandfather grew up with rice orchards, which are perfect places for when. There you go. So we would just go out to the rice paddy, show up one morning, and wait for ducks to show up, and you know, hit your limit. So what's always funny to me is people who, you know, kind of they go from one to the other, or, you know, maybe they've done both. Everyone always loves waterfowl. They always talk about that more because essentially you're just going out there to shoot some things in the sky. Whereas like when you go deer hunting, you're going to go stalk for a day or two. You're going to go, you know, sit up in a tree and just wait for shit to move or hear something out.
So you want to know why people love waterfowl so much. So all 4 of us, if we are all out waterfowl hunting, we could do exactly what we're doing now. We could smoke and joke, we could hang out, have fun, but then somebody just hears like a duck off in the distance. That's when everybody just like, you batten down the hatches and you have like, I don't know, 30 seconds to a couple minutes, depending on how like dedicated like ducks are to coming in. Call them in, they land, boom, you shoot them, you pick them up, you're back to like joking. You go deer hunting, and you can tell my animosity for deer hunting.
Yeah, no, I love it. I'm forbid, so tell me.
Deer hunting, I have to sit there and make sure I'm not going to freeze to death while sitting in a deer stand for 8+ hours. And then you have to sit here like this, and it's like, oh, you hear something in the woods? You have to slowly move over, and then you hear what sounds like an 8-point buck. It's just a squirrel on a log, dude. So yeah, it's
A lot of false alarms.
I hate it. It's always a squirrel, bro.
Always a squirrel. And squirrels aren't in season, so you can't shoot it.
They're in season up to my birthday though, which is pretty sick.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so how hard is it to actually go out in the? I've never been hunting, never.
Little city boy over here.
Yeah,
Hey brother, I'll take you out, brother. I'll put you on some birds.
So like for deer hunting at least, you know, instead of being up in a tree or whatnot, you know, just waiting for a deer to come by. How hard is it for you to go and stalk the deer? You know.
Usually I don't do too much stalking, which I want to start getting into. So I do have a bow, so I'm just getting into bow hunting now. I have friends that are, dude, I am a newbie when it comes to that. So like stalking and stuff, like you can do that, but as long as you can, you know, I'm helping a guy from work, and he's a young cat. He's like 22, 23, but he's a really cool kid. So he's telling me, he's like, I got this really cool area. So I'm telling him, you know, when you go in there, especially during the rut, which is like October, November timeframe, you want to look for scrapes. You want to look for, you know, any type of deer activity. I call them highways.
Shedding.
Yep, sheds and stuff like that, especially in the springtime, like late, you know, because they're shedding now. But it's like
you
if
just
you're gonna
want to give yourself a chance. It's like, oh, there's signs that deer are in this, you know, 3-mile radius. You know, like yeah.
And deer have patterns. So like as long as you know, like, so deer, it's kind of like they have a way that they go. You know what I mean? If they're in a city, they have their house. They're gonna walk the same place every single day, mostly outside of the rut. They're gonna go to the same convenience store. They're gonna talk to the same people. Then they're gonna turn around and they're gonna go right back to their house. It's the same thing out in the woods. So if you can pattern like one buck the whole time, you can sit yourself in the middle where a good food source is or water source is, and you can sit there and just wait for them to come in.
Or a
So you can do
little,
that
you know,
too.
silo of corn that you just happen to leave out there.
That's illegal in Pennsylvania.
You know, I
Dude,
illegal. That's bait hunting. That's not. Yeah.
that corn's for the squirrels, brother.
Dude, I told the
I
deer
see
to
any
go
deer
there.
on that thing. they're
Jumping,
gone.
jumping corn squirrels, bro. It's a real thing.
Can't be
But,
having no deer on this corn, dude.
But yeah, man. And then when you bring in the bow side of it, that adds complications way through the roof because now you have to be so much closer to the animal. I shot bows growing up, never like to a mass level, but my grandparents and stuff always had compound bows around, so go out in the orchard and shoot some arrows. But I mean, man, bro, at 50 yards, we're falling off with our little. I do not know draw strength right now, but it was a small little like kids compound bow. But I couldn't imagine even with like 110 bigger one, like what you have like maybe 120, 150 yards of like actual accurate distance, or
So you'd have to really arc it at like 100. So like my draw strength I think is like 75, and that's still really easy for me. But like pulled back 50 yards, I'm at like a pie plate or like a regular paper plate type of deal. That's kind of like my shot range around 45 to like 55 yards. And that's like, you really gotta go out there for a month straight, 2 months straight, even the whole summertime. And you really got to put those shots in and build that muscle memory, and then you're good.
Well, and then kind of like what you were talking about earlier is like, you especially need to scout out your area more. Like, oh, okay, this is a very popular track. A lot of deer usually go through here. Let's set up our tree stand right there because we want to be as close to them as possible. Which, for people who don't hunt, that's very different from rifle hunting where, okay, I see a buck 800 yards away. I'm shooting 65 Creedmoor. Like, okay, we can hit that. But like it's very interesting, the different dynamics that all the different types of hunting bring out to them. It's always that man thing of, well, I hunt this way and it's best because of this. Well, I hunt this way and it's best because of this. And
I hate hearing that, dude.
I shoot muzzle load only, and I'm a premier hunter because I use what our forefathers had. Or I don't know.
Back to the Civil War, old man.
People literally they still hunt with muzzle loading like black powder rifles, and they have dope camo patterns on them, but they're essentially still flintlocks, and it's kind of sick actually.
I got one of them there, Mafia.
They're not practical, but they're dope as shit. I will say that.
Oh yeah,
dude. You have to make sure that your mechanics with shooting a rifle is good, because you'll sit there and you'll have it down and you'll click it, you'll hit the trigger, nothing will happen for like a second, and then boom.
Yeah, because that black powder's igniting, and so it's just slowly like, what's it gonna go? What's it gonna okay?
I love like going out tactical shooting, and when you see people and you can implement, like a bad chambering round or something, and you see people, like, especially with their pistol, and then right before they shoot, you see them do that. They'll dig down.
100% the anticipation of the shot for sure.
Same thing with muzzleloaders, dude. Awesome.
Well, and dude, even myself, like, I've shot pistols my whole life, but like I went to the range with Lastro a couple weeks ago, and my first mag through, like, you just have that innate, like, it's gonna happen, and then after you shoot a couple rounds, you're like, oh shit, okay, and it just kind of, I don't know, you don't get flinchy anymore. But it's definitely one of those muscle memories that, like, you gotta be on it, because if you're not, you start to lose it pretty quickly.
Dude, just mag dump as soon as you get out there. It gets all the fidgets out of the way, bro. And I mean it, like, 100%.
Most ranges won't allow that, but you make a good point.
The ranges I go to, they allow it. They're pretty sick.
That's true. I'm in Texas now. I forgot I'm not in California anymore.
Brother, you can do that your truck and just do that, dude.
Yeah, I'll just in my apartment complex, right? I can just desk pop, right? That's allowed,
good, right?
Right now.
You're fine.
I'm on the third floor. There's no one above me, so I can just go up, right? Yeah, we're good.
You never done a desk pop?
Only up from here.
We've all done a desk pop.
We've all done a desk pop.
Oh, every single one of us.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not desk popping. I'm not desk popping.
Nose goes.
I'm not. SWAT team comes in on me.
You lost.
All right. Well, yeah. So going from the waterfowl, the hunting stuff, like you said, you were kind of doing media on that, and you were doing guide tours. So I'm guessing you bring clients out to hunts and then kind of do some stuff of the calls and get media of different things. But then transitioning that back into paintball, you said you were coaching. That brought you back into the sport.
Yes.
What was kind of the, like, okay, let's actually try and get out there and be at all the NXLs and start to, like, take a stab at the media side of it?
So it was actually, we were at an event. And I just so happened, we were supposed to practice that next Saturday and Sunday. And then they're like, there's an event. Sorry, so we're going to a tournament. And they said, hey, our photographer backed out last second. So they said, well, where are we going to find a photographer, blah, 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 blah. Well, the one guy that knows me personally, IRL friend, he was like, yo, Aaron takes photos. His photos are pretty nice of motorcycles. And then he just, like, starts posting up my stuff, and they're like, would you want to do it? And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool, bro. Like, I'm good with stationary stuff. You know what I mean? We're good to go. I got this in the bag. I did not have it in the bag, bro.
Paintball's not stationary, dog.
I did
Definitely not.
Bro. Did not. But it's
what was your shutter speed that first event?
You know the auto button?
Okay, yeah. So it was
It
like
was
one
that.
200, so everything was blurry. Love that.
Dude, you had some of them that were good. So like and I did not, dude. I did not take enough photos. So like you take 200 photos. I'm like, bro, I took 200 photos. Like we're good. And you go through there, and it's like I keep about 10% of the photos that I take, but now I'm taking 10,000 shots per tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I still, those are rookie numbers, brother. You got to pump those numbers up. So,
yeah.
but it's like now really learning how to shoot, please, for anybody that's media, learn how to shoot manual. Dude, just YouTube. I taught myself through YouTube.
Okay, I'm glad you bring this up because it blows my mind. Okay, since I've started photography in like 2013, 2012 was when I first picked up a camera, I was always like, oh, okay, you got to learn manually, Okay, learn how to actually compose and take a photo yourself. Then I got into paintball photography and I realized a fuck ton of you guys were still an aperture priority. And I was like, what are we doing, guys? Like, let's learn how an exposure triangle works and what the fuck ISO, shutter, and, aperture do. Because, it really does. It opens up your realm of creativity so much. Like, I'm not saying this to be like, oh, you're not a photographer or anything like that. No, it's not that. It's once you learn those rules and how to play with them, you can become so much more creative with the type of exposures you're doing. I remember like that one I did of it was a thumbnail on one of my videos, but it was a long exposure of Dynasty breaking off. But because the audience in the background wasn't moving, only Dynasty is like blurry. So. Again, okay, I had to understand how to set my, shutter time to about 2 seconds for that photo. I had to understand how to set my aperture all the way down, so that way I wasn't letting that much light in for that 2 seconds. Like, those are things that if you know those techniques, you can start to, do more and more creative things. So,
well,
yeah,
also,
no,
like, you put yourself into these certain situations. Like, what are you gonna do when you can't just shoot golden hour in the morning, golden hour in the afternoon? What happens when you're on the field and it's freaking noon?
It's noon light. It's the worst.
Bro, you know this at World Cup. You know this 100%. So when the sun is literally beating down on you like a drunk stepdad, what are you going to do? Okay? Well, guess what? If you know how to shoot manual, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to crank my f-stop literally all the way up to like 15. That way, you're just doing this stuff to control light, but also I've seen a lot of photographers and they're like, hey man, like I'm trying to get these like action shots. And like, why is this guy's foot look like a flipper for a seal? And I'm like, well, you need to bump that ISO up just a little bit, dog. And it's just like this little stuff, like.
Well, yeah, and it's because people, they're worried like, oh, if I bump up my ISO, I'm gonna get more grain. But it's like, nah, that's okay because then if your shutter speed is high enough to where the action's frozen in place, it's gonna look better anyways. The whole photo's gonna be better. So
seems like just a ginormous math equation. Honestly, if this adds up, then this adds up.
Well, as long as you understand, and it's like, bro, like I've heard people all the time. It's like, oh, you're gonna have too much grain. It's like, it's called post edit, dude. And it's like
Post edit,
bro, post edit.
Yeah,
Potato,
Because on the video side, there is stuff like Neat FX, and there's a couple denoiser effects and stuff that I can use. The only problem is they're just fucking annoying, bro. Because when you drop them on, then your computer's like, you can only do like 1 frame a second. And everything gets bad.
Yeah, your computer's chatting at you. That's upset.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not saying
me down.
I'm not saying any of this. I'm 100% agreeing with you. I'm not saying as it's like to be a media snob and you're not a real photographer and stuff. No, like. If anything, I want people that are like around me to like be the best. Like, and you know this, Hatch know this, Brando. I just met you. You're freaking awesome, dude. I love you, bro. But it's just like the people that are around me know, like, I want the best. Whoever's around me, and if you're cool with me, I want the best for you. So it's like it might seem like I'm kind of being hard on you, and like, but that's just like my side. I'm gonna push you to be better, no matter what it takes. So it's like, yes, you need to start learning this stuff. And I'm teaching like one guy who kind of like just stays with me at these local events, and I'm teaching him like, you need to start pushing this stuff, bro. Like, and it's because I'm receiving stuff, either you coming up to me or I'm having Smiley Joe come up to me. I'm having Shelda, Dan, dude, he's awesome, love him. But it's like these other people, and I only have like 4 or 5 people that I kind of talk to that I trust for information, and it's like I'm gonna pass that information on to people that are like below me that want to do better. Because I want them to be up with me too. Like if I'm sitting at the table eating, I want you with me there as well.
Everybody eats. Everybody
Exactly.
eats here.
Yeah.
No,
The
and
rising
then-
tide brings up
you bring
all
up-
Atlantises or something like that.
Yeah.
Butcher my quotes, Hatch. No, I was gonna say, Aaron, it's funny that you mentioned like I brought you information. Well, that information was probably brought to me by Verbal or Rye Guy, because those are the people who brought me a lot of information. And so it is funny. It's essentially just this like passing down of the information. It staggers through the different levels. And yeah, some of it is me researching myself and figuring something out or trying a new Premiere technique or something like that. But then that's when I go over to 40 Media and I'm like, dude, I just figured out you could do this. Try that on your next video. And then he's like, oh shit, dude, you can't do that.
That's my big bro.
Yeah, it's all just little bro. You guys look like actual brothers, by the way. It's
Dude,
kinda
I
scary.
genuinely thought you guys were brothers the first time I ever saw you guys. I go, holy shit.
Dude, you know what's funny about World Cup? To bring that up to you, Hatch.
Uh-huh.
So, there was a dude that I guess played like a 10-man the weekend before World Cup. He came up to me and he was like, "Hey man, it was great playing with you at that 10-man, blah blah blah." And I'm sitting there like looking like a deer in the headlights. He's like, and then you could tell when he realizes. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I thought you were Will from 40 Media." I'm like, "He's the bro, not him, dude."
Yeah.
Dude, I had a little kid. Sorry to go off on a tangent. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good.
Never apologize.
I had a little kid. So Will, Matt, the gym rat, you guys know him.
Yep.
We're
Never
talking.
heard of him.
Oh, well,
Who is that guy?
So-
He's not been on this show.
he's some guy, one of the boys.
Sounds like
And-
works for JT. Must be a loser. Love you, Matt.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, JT sucks, right?
Yeah, totally. No.
So we're standing there just talking, chatting, and like I always like Matt and Will are the people I have to see at every event to like catch up with them. So we're catching up. This little kid, maybe 9, 10 years old, comes up to me while I'm standing next to Will, and I'm wearing my ARG Image shirt, and he's like, "Hey, are you 40 Media?" And I'm just like, "No." And dude, no bullshit. He looks at me like this, like, and he like walks away, like gives me the stink eye. And I'm like,
Are you sure?
Damn.
okay.
It's just ruthless.
No, it's funny though, man.
was,
Yeah,
bro.
no, I 100% I get that, because when you see photos of like one without the other, it's like, wait, is that Will? Is that Aaron? Okay, who the fuck is that? But
Absolutely.
but
I'm
yeah.
the same way with my brothers in arms, Cade and Spencer. When the hair is out and I don't have my balaclava on, people always
nope.
go up to him.
Nope.
I'm telling dude, at the CPLs, bro, people will be like, "Oh, dude, Hatch, I listened to your last episode," and then he goes, "I'm not Hatch." Or that, honestly, now he's at the point where he just goes with it. He goes, "Thanks, bro, appreciate
Stand
it."
by this, that
Hell yeah, dude.
those people are just blind, man. Because like, other than the hair, you and Caden look nothing alike, bro. Like, does Caden have a mustache?
No,
Now
with
he
the
does.
goggles on. With the goggles on. I
Okay, well, yes.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
wearing
yeah,
the
yeah.
goggles. Okay, I can see that. Covering up the face, but Caden's Asian. Like, what? Like, we haven't
never
even
thought about that.
talked about that. Like, he's not even the same race you are, Hatch, and that's not being mean to Caden. That's just the truth.
He said, "A wrong time roll." No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Caden basically is my Asian
Love
brother.
casual
Brother
racism.
from another mother. But dude, genuinely, people at the CPL events are like, "Oh, dude, Hatch, bro, so nice to meet you." Then he's like, "Yep, nice to meet you too, bro." Yeah, he's at the point where he starts
Every
going
pod,
with it.
too.
I do.
It's
Now
like,
I have to.
I'm starting to realize, like, I think we talk about this most every week.
Whenever we bring up like doppelgangers, I have to say
you
something.
have to
like
bring
it.
up Caden. Yep.
I have to. I
That's
have
the,
Obsessed
only
with him.
reason, that's the only reason why I have 40 Media's little brother in my profile, is just because about almost 10 times, I'd say a solid 8 times this year at all the NXL events, I've had at least 1 or 2 people each event ask me if I'm Will.
have
So
you
I'm
ever
just
gone
like,
with it?
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once.
Yeah,
I
do you
was
need
like,
coverage? Yeah. Just
Yeah.
send it to ARG.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, man. So would love to hear that, Aaron. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you answering some of our questions tonight.
Absolutely, bro.
We do gotta move forward a little bit because, guys, there was a crazy turn of events that's taken place over the past couple days in paintball.
Absolutely.
So as everyone probably is aware by now, the show will come out about a week later. Obviously, Mouse went back to Diesel. MJU back to Impact to fill that spot for Mouse. But the part that I've not seen anyone talk about, and I don't even know if this is confirmed, but it was mentioned today on Play the Game with Tom Cole. Marcelo Margot mentioned that the reason that Mouse went back to Diesel was because of the offer that Mark Johnson made him. That offer was for $175,000.
Damn.
I haven't heard anyone in paintball talking about this. If that is a actual like true number, that is insane.
Good for him, bro.
That is a great thing for
That's
Mouse.
awesome.
It's insane that Mark is throwing that money around, but it also it's good for every other player as well. When Mouse originally got his $100,000 deal to go play for Saints, and that was heavily publicized, that is kind of a sign that there are owners out there who are seeing a return on, spending money on these guys, wanting to pay them and to put together the best teams they can. And, that's one of those things that starts to trickle down. The first player who made $1 million in baseball was Nolan Ryan. Shohei Ohtani, he just signed a deal worth a couple $100 million. I'm pretty sure Nolan Ryan was the first man to make over that, that mark and be the first $1 million player. But what I'm trying to show there is that will start to trickle down to other players.
Absolutely.
Other people have more of a, bargaining kind of argument now to say like, well, some people, value paintball players at this value. Again, will every paintball pro player be paid? No, we're still very far off from any, thing like that. But in general, I wanted to bring it up because I think it is a good, sign for the overall kind of health of the game. If someone's willing to invest, almost $250,000 on one player for 1 year. So yeah, I open the floor. I want you guys to talk about it too. I am doing what talking here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
So
go ahead,
so I listened to the Play the Game podcast when Marcelo said that. I also listened to most of the Spick and Span show with Mouse on there talking about like the decisions.
I didn't get a chance today.
Whatnot. Yeah, he kind of went into it, and it was significant more that Johnson offered him, of course, than what he was going to get with Impact. Good for him. Like, fuck yeah. Like, kind of a no-brainer decision to go earn that money, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, if anyone offers me that money to do fucking most things in life, I'm going to say yes. Like,
yeah.
I'm not turning that down.
It's not just another 10,000, 20,000. Like, it was, I think Ryan said, like, at least 50% more of what he was going to get with Impact. So, yeah.
And that's the number that Marcelo said was 175K.
Yes. Yeah, and absolutely. And
I don't know if that's right or wrong. I'm just repeating what I've heard, but that's a big number.
Yeah, the only thing I like kind of sucks and I kind of dwell on a little bit is and Greenspan even said it. He said they thought about, picking Mouse up several years ago, and like every year they looked at Mouse. But his thing was, well, he's going to come for a year, play really great, and then leave immediately the next year for a bigger paycheck. Like, there's no stability or
that's
loyalty.
Hilarious. That's hilarious to me because I see Ryan, like, I see why that upsets Ryan, but I think that's a very selfish mindset to have.
I agree with that, Ryan. I agree with that.
Yeah,
sure.
like I see why Greenspan is scared of that. Yeah, you don't want to pay someone, $40,000, $50,000 a year and then have them come play for you for a year and then you lose them immediately.
You're going to expect Tom Brady to play at the discounted rate?
But I was just going to say that. Here's the thing, Ryan. If someone wants to pay him $175K, can you match that offer? Oh, you can't? Okay, he's going to go take that offer then.
Absolutely. He's got a family to feed, bro. He's got rent to pay.
Well, true. I mean, dude, you want to take it to other real sports? I mean, dog, if you're fucking, if you're Patrick Mahomes, yeah, he's signed to whatever his year contract is. But when that is up, he has all the power in the world to say, yeah, I just won you 2, potentially 3 Super Bowls. Fuck you, pay me. I'm not coming back unless you give me the money that I want. And if they don't, any other
he's
team
going
in the
somewhere
league
else.
is
Someone else
like,
is willing to
you
pay
want
for
that
it.
money? Here you go. Here's that money. Come play for us, sir. And so that's that's the value of it. And I get why Ryan is kind of a team owner himself, doesn't like that, but dude, I mean, it's a very shallow perspective. It's funny. That's Ryan Greenspan, the team owner, who is affecting Ryan Greenspan, the player, because if Ryan Greenspan was 20 right now and he was just coming up in the league and he was as good as he is today, he would take that deal 100%. I guarantee you.
If he wasn't connected to Dynasty,
actually, and it's funny because I say that, but actually, I don't know if he would have. Ryan was the only one who didn't leave Dynasty in the old days. So, okay, maybe he's the one person who I said a bad point about. But do you guys get the point I'm making there? Of like,
for sure.
As a team owner, I see why he doesn't like it, but for the players, it's only a good thing to have them be able to go out and compete in kind of a free market.
Absolutely.
As a guy like me who is formerly Elite Pro to look at that and be like, damn it, so like if I work hard enough, I could get paid $175,000 a year, bro.
What was your point, Brandon? Because I feel like you were gonna bring in one.
Was my point not good?
He doesn't get him too. It's not just me.
Yeah, the former. God damn it. Fuck. What was I gonna say? It was just like
free market type stuff.
Just being, or just you know, like, if you say you're gonna do something, fucking do something. Like, do the damn thing that you already agreed to. You know, there was other shit like behind closed doors that he mentioned. You know, conversations and stuff that he didn't go into great detail, but you know, something that like I can't play for that. You know, with you saying shit like that, but it I don't know.
Make him sign a contract, bro.
That, or just be a man of your word. That's the only thing I don't like. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something.
I'm a man of my contract.
My thing is, I
can't fault the guy for making that decision.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
Well, because Brandon, I agree with you intrinsically that yes, if I tell someone I'm going to do something, I will be there. I'm going to do that thing. I said I'm going to do that thing. Like, I'm going to try and make that thing happen. But at the same fucking time, guys, we're talking about seriously life-changing money. We're getting to the point where $200,000 is more than most people will make in the next 5 years combined. That's just true. So that, you know, getting that as an addition to his already, you know, salary that he has at his, you know, job that he has, like, that is life-changing money for Goldman. I understand
100%.
completely why you would take that. We can't be mad at him. Like, that is such a huge thing. So that's why it goes to the point of like, all right, make him sign a contract. Because if Bart signed a contract with him that said you will play for us for this year, you know, for this amount of money, and then he tries to break that contract,
it's a legality.
Okay, that's now there's penalties to that'll be included in the contract. So that's what I'm saying is like, okay, if we want to make it serious, have these players sign contracts so that way if, you know, they do want to go take another offer, there's penalties to that, or there's actual ways to enforce, you know, an ownership of a player, which
for sure
is a very dirty word and kind of I don't like using it, but for lack of a better term, I think you guys understand what I mean.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I can tell you would, Brandon.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. We love that.
And it's just because I don't know anything that came on behind the scenes and stuff like that. I'm less connected that way than you guys are.
Us either, brother.
Now, brother, what if there was some stuff that was there anything that Bart put out that like said he would give him this, and since there was no contract drawn up, maybe there was stuff that like. But was there anything that was like we can go here, but then here wasn't met, so then maybe there was some like animosity there from Mouse, and maybe this other person's giving me this, so.
That's kind of that's one of those like getting into speculation type things, because I guess those are conversations that, you know, the public doesn't know. It's not, and that
we will never know unless they who are in the conversation talk about it.
Decide to put it out there. So yeah, maybe that is, you know, in 5 years, Mouse is doing a tell-all, and he, you know, and he's like, yeah, Bart would only give me this amount, and Mark offered this amount. Maybe it is that. Maybe it is some type of personnel conflicting type thing. Maybe Mouse wasn't getting along with guys like. I don't know, man. Like it could be so many different possibilities right now. That's a great one.
I was thinking that.
So many different possibilities. So it's hard to narrow down what it might be. But I did want to bring up, you know, the salary thing. I think that's huge for paintball. And obviously because of this Mouse leaving Impact, that opened up a snake player position. So Impact did bring back their boy from last year, MJU, bringing him back from Russian Legion. So it looked like that was kind of a position where Mike didn't necessarily want to go, but he, you know, was getting dropped for Alex. But it seems they're bringing him back. So, I mean, good for Mike, good for Mouse. I guess the only person this is bad for is Bart. I feel bad for him. He kind of got screwed out of a player. But I do also have to say, Bart, you know, I don't want to say he's used to it, but he's probably one of the people in the league who has had this happen to him a couple times over the years, and you know, could have a plan in place to kind of have something ready to go if, you know, what happened.
I mean, dude, to be fair, bro, they were the king of that shit forever. Like whenever a good player came up, like look at Nick Laval, right? Our last week's guest. That guy was coming up, killing it on 187 crew. They said, snatch that boy up real quick. Let's get him extra good, right? Like,
yeah, did it with Brandon Cornell as well from Ironman.
Absolutely, they are the king of snatching people up when they see potential. Like
so
I remember one that was
point I was making. Like
I remember Bart, one guy they picked up.
He's got to be ready for this.
They picked him up from NYX, and I almost never saw him play.
Alex Rosati.
Yes, I remember they picked him up from I think NYX, and he must have had an injury or something because I never really saw him get that many spins. but they love getting the people who show light on their team. Like that's why kind of Archie Barnes, that kind of caliber player, where they're stunting for their team, and they're like, Psh, let's add that to our arsenal. And now, boom, now they have a guy who can play a ton of paintball around other superstars.
Well, the other thing I was going to bring up with Impact, and it's very different from other owners in paintball's experience. Bart has experience with actual professional sports organizations.
NHL,
yeah, he was a NHL, player.
Champ.
Like he was in those leagues. He understands, how pro sports organizations work on that level. So I think if there is any owner who's like, okay, you offered him more money, he took your deal. Like, I feel like Bart could understand that the most of like, okay, that's business. And I don't even know if he's necessarily all that pissed at Mouse. I mean, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. That's just speculation. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year. As we've already been talking about this offseason, everything's been crazy and up in the air. So this just adds more to it. It's a good thing we haven't done our too early prediction show yet, because we would have to already be walking those results back. So maybe we'll wait another month before we do our tier list show for the season. But yeah, guys. So brought that up. Let's keep moving on.
Let's hit it.
I guess another quick thing before we keep going to other stuff. I do want to give a shout out, and it's why I'm wearing their hat tonight. But Findlay hats. I saw a really awesome thing on the social media stuff today for Findlay. It's kind of, so it was a random project, but I've seen reels of it a couple times come across my feed. It was some people in Uganda who are actually like creating a skate park in like their local, kind of community. They're trying to build quarter pipes and build rails and, start to teach people how to, actually skate. And some of them are getting really fucking good, to be fully honest. Like they're looking like decent level street skaters. And so what was really cool is this, obviously it's been gaining some traction on Instagram. I've seen it on reels and stuff. But today a reel came up from their page, the Ugandan Skate Society, and it was actually collabed with Findlay hats. So Findlay actually sent them a whole bunch of, hats, shirts, kind of merchandise to wear. But they also sent them some wheels, some trucks, some stuff for their skateboards and stuff like that. I wanted to say it was probably one of the coolest things I've seen from a company that's kind of related to paintball in a long time.
Yeah, they're at the events. Absolutely.
Yeah, but
sick, bro.
But I just mean in general,
Yes.
like, seeing something as cool as, these kids who obviously saw skateboarding online and wanted to learn it themselves, and then, kind of supporting that and, helping that grow a little bit more. I think that is absolutely sick. It's one of the cool things of stuff like extreme sports, I don't care that you're from Uganda. You could do a fucking kickflip. That is sick, bro. Like, if you can kickflip, you're goated. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up. I know you guys probably won't have much to kick back for it.
I like it.
Nah,
I was a skater myself when I was younger, and let me just say, absolutely, I remember, dude, I don't even know who it was, if it was like a pro or not when I was younger, but dude, I remember being at the skate park and a guy gave me a full skateboard. Right, my shit was wearing thin on the deck from grinding all day, and dude, sure as shit, that guy's like, dude, do you want a skateboard? And I was like, yeah, I do. And dude, I bet I probably still have that skateboard in my garage. It's probably a thin piece of wood now, but dude, I will never forget that. And
yeah,
dude, to do that for other people who are way less fortunate than I am, bro, I couldn't even imagine the feeling of like skating like that.
Yeah, dude, and it was sick. So you see in this video a whole bunch of kids in fucking the different, style Findlay hats with the band and stuff across the front of them. So yeah, a whole section of Uganda is going to be rocking stuff from Ginny.
Forever.
Do you know how they got hooked up?
No clue. I have no clue. I have no other information about this. It's just something that I saw and was like, you get a shout out, Jimmy, because that's fucking sick.
I like that a lot, dude.
Jimmy's just plugged into the Uganda scene. All right.
I guess so, man. Jimmy
At World Cup,
and I think
Findlay gave us hats.
That's the one I'm wearing right now, the Findlay Film Crew one.
My Findlay's downstairs. So like they came up to us because we're all like we stay in a media house. I stay with a bunch of media guys, and like the one guy's like, hey, you guys just want some cool stuff? We have like the one that you have. I think that's the film one, and then they have like just a photography one, just for like it's just a camera. And they're like, you want some? And I collect hats. That's like another thing I collect is hats.
That's sick.
So like I was like, dude, yes. Now unfortunately, it doesn't fit. I have a really huge noggin, but dude, Findlay being cool enough to do that, they're sick. They're top notch for me. Dude.
And past the quote unquote coolness of Findlay. It really goes to Jimmy Hickey, the owner of it, the runner of it. I hope I'm saying your last name right, buddy. But he really he has such a good mind for marketing and business structures and how to get something out there. A lot of the stuff that he's doing with Seattle Uprising, we've been talking about on the show, kind of his openness and talking about the struggles of running a pro team and, you know, finding sponsorships and stuff like that. You know, something that a pro team's never done before. Those are only good for the industry to get more people in paintball to see what's really going on behind the scenes and understand kind of what actually takes place when you get into that pro level. But also just the multitude of things that he's doing done. Like when we had the ESPN thing, he was the one who put out a bounty that said if you got 1 million view reel for the ESPN view, he's just going to give you $1,000. Now, I don't know if he actually paid any of those out because it didn't happen, but like that is a person who has no business connection to the NXL, who is openly giving his money to people who can market and, you know, grow the NXL.
That's a paintball patriot right there.
Yes,
100%.
He's
all about good vibes, bro.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, so I was talking on one. I'm jumping ahead real quick, but I'm coming back. One of my street ball guys, Javier, he plays on Uprising, right? One of their new pickups. And I was talking to him a little bit. I'm not going to discuss too much because I obviously it's none of my business. But what I do know is he was saying how Uprising is, dude, what they're trying to do for the league and the things he was explaining to me, bro. What the guy, Jimmy. What Jimmy is trying to do for paintball.
I think it is James, like Hickey. I think that's his full name, but everyone just calls him Jimmy. I think.
Gotcha. So
I believe so.
The things that he was telling me, bro, that I am a huge Uprising fan now because of everything that they do for the sport.
And you throw into the fact that another one of their players is Mark, who's doing a lot of stuff to bring in, you know, the gambling side of paintball. And look, I understand people have, you know, their thoughts and feelings about gambling in general, but from a marketing perspective, it puts butts in seats. It makes people give a shit about things. That's just kind of a proven
eyes on
track
paintball
record.
straight up, and that's what we've been trying to do.
Yeah, and so like when you throw, you know, market to that equation plus all the stuff that Uprising is doing, I really, you know, I want those guys to do well this year. I'm rooting for those boys because like I think what they're doing for paintball is very positive. It's only going to, you know, make the sport go in a better direction.
And they're just good people too. Like I don't even take photos of them at World Cup, but they were just like, "Hey, bro, you good? Like, we cool?" Like, because I just happened to bump into one of them, like, coming off the field and on the field.
Yeah, well, you
just
know why?
Dudes.
Jimmy used to do media at NXL events or paintball events back in the day, PSPs and stuff. So he definitely has that side of him that's like, all right, bro, I know you just got shot all day for 12 hours. You need a bottle of water? Like, you know, you good? Can I do anything for you?
I thought he still, like, jumps on every now and then, no?
He will, yeah. Like, Vegas, he jumped on and did some shots. I don't remember, like maybe another event last year. Like he doesn't do it all the time, but randomly, if he has time, he'll get out there with his camera.
That's cool. That's
He's creative ass dude for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So,
I like it because you know honestly, there are a lot of teams that aren't doing any kind of social media advocating for the sport whatsoever, but they're like, grow the sport. It's like, bro,
fucking
be about it.
NYX.
Not
Harris
talk
Hussein
about
doesn't even have his own Instagram account. He uses the team's account. Fucking Russian Legion. I don't see any of those guys on any social medias. That's the one thing you cannot hate on Dynasty or Impact for.
Media.
There's a couple of them who do some stuff, and I can't read most of it because it's in Russian. But I will say that's the one thing you can't hate on Dynasty or Impact. Those fuckers make you know who they are. They put out content. They put out videos. They put out podcasts. They market themselves and make it 100%. So you don't forget who they are. And that's something that, yeah, man, we don't see from the other quote-unquote top teams.
Absolutely.
Bro, and I have not, like, heard a thought from Jason Edwards past, like, something said on, like, a documentary. Like I
bet he's probably tied up with the hate brand a lot. I bet he's probably advocating a lot for the hate brand. And
of course,
like
but then Jacob, you know, maybe that's something you should be doing. Maybe Rainey, he was on that team. Maybe him and Keith should be, you know, posting funny things that they're doing. I guess the point I'm just making is the teams that are doing that, I want to give credit to because we need more people doing stuff like that. It's simple,
Absolutely.
You know, the more people are doing those type of things, the more it adds up and gets that ball rolling, as we always say here.
Absolutely. And Brando, how much have I fucking been on our guys about making sure we're taking fucking photos and like, dude, we need to be fucking posting. Like, if we're really about it, we're really trying to grow the sport, dude, you have to be active about it.
We need to annoy these motherfuckers. They don't know what we
completely.
are. And like they're not.
I agree
if we
completely.
Just don't put it in their face.
And, you know, Aaron, this is a question for you that obviously, like, I've been working with Ryan for a long time, and he's been shedding some light on ways on how I can basically, like, I mean, with how much
as
today,
a
I'm not going to go
player,
into
do your own media, kind of.
yes,
Like,
and I'm not
do
going
ways
to
yeah.
I'm not going to obviously disclose what was happening in the chats earlier today, Ryan. But obviously, I read something wrong, and I almost fucked up. You know what I'm saying, right? So that's one of those. That's one of those
To
things.
not
Where you,
give context, Hatch almost fucked one of our guests' things up for no reason at all, and we caught it, and it's all good. But man, he was on one this morning.
And so because let me tell you, dude, I was blinded by ignorance, and
You're
let me tell
blinded
you,
by the light.
and let me tell you, Ryan's the kind of guy. He said it very nice, and I even said, dude, thank you so much for like reassuring me, bro. Because straight up, I was like, fuck, man, like it was eating away at me. Saying, I was like, dude, I could have fucked the entire thing up.
Bro,
Right.
I'm super like invested. I have no idea what happened.
We got you. We got you on the post show. I got you on the post show.
We got you post show.
Let
I
me
got you
know.
on the post show. I'll
We got
definitely
you
talk
post
about
show.
it. So,
But,
subscribe to the Patreon, people, if you want to hear it.
Yeah, you want to hear the actual story.
But you know what? One thing, real quick, I wanted to ask you, Aaron.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
what is one tip that you can give to people for making sure that they can grow on social media and grow the sport in general? Because, dude, what you're doing right now with the highlights of January, bro, I look forward to seeing those photos every day.
Thanks, man.
No joke. Seriously, I do.
dude.
I love that content.
It's putting out. You have to see that it's not just a bunch of robots that work in the industry. It's a bunch of people that are coming together. Like, so, if you're gonna hire a photographer, get a photographer in there. Make sure that you're using the content that he's getting. And you don't even have to hire a photographer. Just get somebody that can get some content. Like, if you have a phone, take your phone out. Go out there. Like, these have 4K, like what, 4K 80, 4K 60 just recording.
Yeah.
Plus, they can also record in C-Log. I've done it before. So you have so much.
The brand new pros, yeah.
Yep. So you can just take this stuff. If it's not just a photographer, you do it yourself. Get some pump ups like in the pits. Get your guys like just going around doing some stuff, but use that or just Hatch. Hey, you're going out to an event. You know what I mean? Like, people might want to see your personal life, especially like you guys, Brando. All you guys. They might want to see like you just going out to an event. Like what Chris
Or, like,
Odom does.
running into each other at the airport or something. Like, you know, the stuff that seems inconsequential or
insignificant stuff.
Yes,
man.
it seems small, but that's the type of things that shows people that personality. I mean, I've had this problem with my own Instagram account because a lot of it has been just paintball forward content. When Hatch wants me to post stuff about the podcast, it's always kind of hard for me because it's like, well, I know that audience don't want to see that. But sometimes you just got to put it out there, because there will be a couple of those people who are like, oh, I didn't know about that. Let me go see what they're doing over there.
And let me tell you, Ryan, this is some credit to you, and I'm not trying to fucking glaze or anything. Dude,
No,
you inspired me to, because like one thing that you just told me, bro, you're like, dude, post it. Don't be fucking afraid, because dude, I get to the point where I will have something ready that I will send in the group chat, and I'm like, dude, this is a banger, right? And they're like, this is good, right? And then I would just get insecure, and all of a sudden I just wouldn't post it, and it just sits in my fucking photos.
The only ones I've told you not to post were just ones that would get us canceled. That's the only time.
Absolutely,
absolutely,
right?
This one, Hatch.
And let me tell you, dude. I've had
those are the ones I'm
we
for
don't
too.
post a photo where Luigi Mangione is PTG's next guest. He did make that meme.
Get
He
him
did.
on. Get him on, dude.
Let me tell you, dude. There are a lot of memes that I could have posted that, without a doubt, would have got us more views, but canceled.
Well,
without
it definitely would have got us out there, but I think people would have been pretty pissed off about them.
Absolutely, but like, okay, I'm getting fucking over my head. But let me just say, Ryan put something in my head where I was like, okay, I need to just put something out there, right? I need to, if I really want to be about growing this podcast, being about it, like, I need to do it, right? So some of this content that I'm trying to come up with, I'm trying. It's not too bad, right? I also got in charge of taking over like the DMG Instagram and everything like that. So I'm also trying to like make that look good, because it's like, if we're trying to be pro, eventually that could be like a professional sports Instagram, right? So I'm trying to make sure that there's content being put on it, because people love following the team.
But your page could also be used, like, and here's what's great about, like, because I do love your page too. Not about to glaze you, but if you want me to, I totally will.
No, I appreciate that, brother.
Okay, but like, so your page that you have yourself, I love looking at it because you're putting your friends out there. So you already, probably even without your knowledge, you curated your page with your friends that you have like at these events, your teammates. So like, use that with your DMG guys and your people on your team, and then use that content to also push into the other to the team page. So like yours is curated for people that will also put into the other team page, which is just like team content and stuff like that. Use one to boost the other.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, dude, when we met from the sidelines, the Instagram account, like, it's always been collaborated with my, my account, Hatch's account, Brandon's account. It's because it was a brand new account. No one's gonna see it, so we got to get it out there in front of people's eyes. But I Hatch was kind of rambling a little bit there.
Sorry about
but
that.
I think what he brings and what all that kind of wraps up to, and it's my one piece of advice I tell to every single person who asks me for advice on media: do it. If you don't do it, if you don't post it, you'll never get better. And fuck, one of the perfect examples we can use to show people doing this and getting successful from it, Dan Shelley. The Dan Shelley podcast.
He's killing it.
That podcast has more viewers than we do. We've been doing this shit for years, all right? I'm just going to be honest. It annoys the hell out of me. But you know what Dan did? He started it. He said, fuck it, I'm going to do a podcast, and he did it. And now people are showing up to it because they enjoy it. So that
Absolutely.
will always
We
be
warmed him
my
up.
advice
He
to
was on
anyone
ours.
ever. It will,
He was your
do
first,
the
dude.
fucking thing.
He was on here before the Dan Shelley podcast was a thing. So all I'm saying, I love you, Dan. I love you, Dan.
Oh, I love Dan.
Let me
I
tell
love
you,
Dan too,
his,
but I'm
dude,
still
his
a little
smile,
salty.
dude, that is the fucking greatest smile of paintball, bro. That shit, whenever I see it
'cause
creeping
it's
through his lips, bro, I get so happy, bro. I can't
Dude,
help
he
but
told
cheese.
me the one day, because there's people I'm kind of afraid to talk to at these events, but it's because I look up to him so much. I don't want to say something stupid, and they look at me, they're like, yo, dude, get away from me. You're weird.
It's me with
Like,
Maddie, bro.
Well, when I held your hand,
the only person.
When I held your hand at World Cup, I was like, "All right, kids, we're going in on this." And we're just like watching. We're just watching the. It was.
I
It
gotta
was such,
explain this. Okay, so
so
fucking,
funny.
we're in the pits. We're watching a point, and I don't know how it started, but I think I don't know.
you
I
started
grabbed
standing next to
yours.
each other.
Yeah, we were standing next to each other. We were watching a point. I think it was someone's team. I think it was Fit or something.
Came down to a 1v1.
Yeah, it came down to a 1v1, and so
And you
like
were
I
betting
like,
on it.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was betting on
Yep.
it. So I originally put my arm around you or something. I was like, oh man, it's getting close. And then again, I don't know how it started. We went to grab hands, and it was one of those moments of
We bumped hands. We bumped hands, and I just grabbed yours.
okay, yeah. So we grabbed hands, and at first it's like, bro, yeah, we're in this. Let's go. We're sweating the bed out, and then
Yep.
30 seconds of the one-on-one go by, and we're still holding hands.
Well, you
and
said
I'm
it.
like, I can't
You
quit
like
at
turned
this
next to me.
point.
Well, that's what you said. You're like, should I let go? And I'm like, you can. And you're like, I'm already this invested. I'm like,
I'm
all
like,
right.
yeah, we've been holding hands this long. We gotta hold it till the end
I'm
of
like,
the point.
if you let go first, you're gay.
Oh yeah, I like that logic.
So we lock in, and I will say, maybe the holding hands worked because the 1v1 went our way, and I won that
won
bet.
it, right?
So you know what? You got to lock in with the boys sometimes.
So when you
right,
guys
bro.
were holding hands, were you holding hands like this, where it's like the
No,
sides,
no, we
or
were intertwined.
interlocking?
Yeah.
Dude, that is intimate, bro.
Yes.
Yep.
That is
Right.
intimate, bro.
We look
Oh
like
my
we were
god.
ready to go get some cakes made for
And
our
that was
wedding.
that was
Like,
also
like-
that also told me, because I didn't have it confirmed in my head that you were ex-military, but I had an idea. And when you played gay chicken with me like that, I was like, yeah, this dude definitely was in some shit.
That's not gay chicken, bro. I kissed a man before. I don't
Yeah,
care.
there you go. Yep.
I don't lose, though.
In the
I
military,
don't
right?
lose. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh
most
my
straight
God.
thing you ever did.
I slept with another man to keep me warm in negative 10-degree weather, so you're not
Hey,
gonna
if
scare
it's
me.
below 32,
Okay.
it's not gay.
Just have your boots on.
If
No,
it's
dude, there
below
was a time
freezing, it's not
last
gay.
year where Brando was sleeping on the floor. I could tell it was, dude. I was in the bed and I was like, damn, this shit's cold. I go, Brando, you want in? I go, open up the covers, and then he comes in, just whoop, flying back down.
Yep,
and we're just
yep.
chilling in bed, and it was like,
Wow, that
So good.
I didn't know that happened. Why did you guys never tell me about that? What the fuck?
I could have sworn we
No,
did. I
I-
just don't think we told it in that intimate of a story.
It's
Yeah.
not
Oh,
gay.
okay.
It's homosexual, bro.
No, dude, we know, dude. There have been events where we've
Gotta
had
kiss
4
the
people in
homies
the bed,
goodnight.
bro.
If you don't kiss the homies goodnight,
I don't trust
are
you.
in fact gay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%.
That's just facts,
All right.
bro.
All right. Hey, it new team rule. Heard it?
New team rule.
New team
New
rule.
team rule.
Brando, you better
gotta
watch.
go around.
Brando, you better watch. If I ever see you at one of these events, and if for my first time meeting you, if you don't kiss me, we're gonna have a problem. dog.
Let's go, dude. I am
Locked
out
in.
and out. I'm crazy.
Aaron, you gotta
Yo.
pick me up though. You gotta pick me up.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm 6. I'm 6. Yeah.
The
The time of my life. Oh, dude, this is so good.
Can we make that real? You're just holding Brandon up.
Shit, dude.
I got
He's
you.
just out flying.
Oh my god, dude, we are totally making that.
I'm almost the same height. I'm almost the same height as Ryan too. So like that
Jesus
He's
was
a
Christ.
little shorter.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be the best thing ever. You just
That
like
would be so
clean Brandon.
No, dude,
Brandon's legs were just kicking, dog.
dude, I'm the camera guy, bro. I'm down. Let's run it.
Whoa.
Oh, let's make that happen. I gotta focus here, but yeah, no, that would be absolutely amazing, guys. Well, all right, let's bring it back a little bit, because yeah, Aaron's focus is going out of there.
I don't know
Guys,
what's
can I
going
do
on now.
a little show and tell? Can I do a little show and tell?
I
You
know
guys
what?
love to
Only
do
if
my
I
show
can.
and tells
Only if
on the
I can
show.
add after. Only if I can add after.
Yes, you can add after because we've talked about your show and tell, but the audience hasn't seen it, so that would be
Yes.
cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you follow the FTS Instagram, you would know about this already. But originally tonight, we weren't supposed to have Aaron with us. We were supposed to have another guest, and his name was Colt Lacow. Colt flaked on us again, but for this one, he was moving into a new house with his fiance, so you get a pass on this
All
one.
I'm saying
Colt.
is, Aaron would never flake on us.
That is true. But I actually originally I had ordered a box of sports cards that I was going to open up with Colt on the show because he's also into sports cards himself. He sends them in to be graded. He's a big fan of sports in general. So we thought it was a cool thing to do. Unfortunately, because he flaked out on us, I was like, all right, we won't do it. I'll just go ahead and, I'll crack the box for myself. We'll see what is inside. So I went ahead, did that last week, and there was some goodies in there. So what we opened up was a box of Topps 2024 gold label UFC cards. One, I guess, what would be the right way to say it? Like the big hits you're looking for in sports cards always are usually autograph cards. But there are usually, insert cards, special looking cards that they'll add into the set. And one of those that I pulled was this beautiful little John Jones here, which I think is absolutely sick. It's a
That does
gold
look
star
sick.
card. It's really hard to get focus here, but
Dude,
yeah.
honestly, bro,
cool
John
card.
Jones, he is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Without a
He's-
doubt. He is such a fucking beast.
He's in the discussion as the best pound for pound fighter of all time.
For sure.
So having a card of him, that's sick. I'm gonna hold on to it. It's a cool insert card. We
Is that
like
gonna be?
that.
Is that gonna be a personal?
Yeah, no, that's just a regular insert card. There's probably
Okay, gotcha.
20,000s of those made, so it's
Gotcha.
really there's no
Thank you
value
for-
in that.
I'm still learning.
I got you. But the in that box, every one of those boxes, you're guaranteed to get at least 2 autograph cards, and then it's just kind of a gamble of which ones do you get. You don't know which ones. So the first one that I pulled, which I don't have in person with me because I've already sent it off to PSA to be graded, was
Fantastic.
this card right here. Let's hold it up. So as you can see there, it'll focus hopefully. That is a Tito Ortiz card, and it is a numbered card. So this is a version 23 out of 25 cards. So that means there's only 25 of those Tito Ortiz cards that were ever made, and I have one of them. That is sick. I used to watch Tito fight back in the day. I sent it in to be graded. That's going in my collection. I'm holding on to that one for a long time. But
Your son's gonna cash in one day.
the autograph that I got out of the box is better. I just won't be able to hold on to it because its value is too damn high for myself. The other autograph that I pulled is of a higher quantity, so it is number 19 out of 49. So there's just about 50 cards in total of this that were made.
I'm 49.
But the card in particular is a Conor McGregor autographed card. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ. I am holding a piece of paper that he has signed, and there's only 49 in the world. This card is fucking sick. The current market value for it is right around $450 to $500 on eBay. I've listed it. I'm gonna be honest. I can't hold on to a card that is worth that much money.
You gonna go for a G?
can't.
You're gonna hold it for a G?
No, I look, I love this card. I think this is seriously one of the coolest cards I will ever pull. It's a $500 card. I can't hold on to that. Like, I could be using that for rent, Like, I'm not at a point in my life where I feel like I could just be holding on to things like that.
You'll buy it
So
back
I did
when
list
FTS
it.
goes to the moon.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not this one because it'll be hard to find this one again. But yeah, so that was easily one of my favorite cards I've pulled so far in all the times of doing sports gardens and trading cards and all that shit. So wanted to show it off on the show. It is
Are you
a
getting that
very
graded?
dope looking card. So I'm not gonna get this one graded, just because it takes about 60 days to get it back. So I'm just gonna flip this one, sell it to someone if they want to grade it. Cool, it's their card at that point. They can do with what they will. I did look online on PSA's population reports. There is not a graded version of this card, so no one has sent in one of the 49 versions of this card. So if I were to, it would be the first. Yeah, it would be the first population graded of that card.
That is so sick.
The Tito card I sent in is also the same way. So if that comes back, whatever grade it is, it'll be the first PSA graded Tito Ortiz card, of that series.
Dude, imagine you get a 10 on both of them, bro.
That would be fucking insane, bro.
The McGregor one, I won't. The Tito one, it looks very clean. I was a little scared because one of the corners has a little bit of fraying to it.
No!
Exactly, and PSA is going to eat that up. I'm still sending it in just because I want it in a slab because it'll protect it, it'll hold on to it better, and it'll also be verified by PSA then, so that's even cool too. So that way it'll be like, yes, that's a real 100% Tito Ortiz signature on this card. It's good to go. So, yeah, yes, I would love the 10. Everyone wants the 10, but just having that card, knowing I pulled it out of a pack myself, that is so freaking cool. So I wanted to show off a little bit here on the pod, show some of the cool cards that I picked up, and some of them are going to be keepers, but I'm sorry, I can't hold on to this Connor. It's got to go to a new home.
I see your keepers and I raise you.
I still have more value keepers, all right, Hatch, but you do have a cool one.
Check me out, boys.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know what you're looking at, that is one of the most expensive Pokemon cards of 2024. It is a Pikachu EX from the set Surging Sparks. That card, when it came out, the whole market went pretty crazy for it, and I don't even know why, because there are cooler Pokemon or Pikachu cards out there. But like I said, I think it's right around $450 to $500 value, kind of in that similar spot for a raw card right now. Yeah, we've got some cool cards over here. Look at us, guys. We're getting cool trading card shit.
I agree, dude. I got
Brandon,
Michael Jordan
CDL cards.
Yeah.
But Aaron, have you ever looked into sports cards? You ever looked into that world at all?
No, I just don't know too much. I will say one thing, dude. I did buy a brand new motorized duck decoy last Friday.
Okay.
So,
that is sick.
Yeah, that's collectible.
Pretty dope. I did kill some birds over it. That's pretty sick.
Hell yeah. No,
I wish I could kill birds over my Pikachu.
That'd be actually dope.
Oh, fuck.
That'd be
the
so
biggest
sick.
to kill birds. No, but I mean, we've been talking about card stuff a lot here recently on the show. I think in general it's just one of those things that it's just kind of cool nostalgia. I remember playing with these cards when I was a kid, but I mean, shit, dude, like some of these cards just look so sick nowadays with like the chrome and the hollow they put on there. Like, yeah, no, they're really cool. So just, I don't know, it's very cool to have, especially in this very digital age, to have something that's like a physical kind of memory of something. I don't know. I've gotten very autistically into trading cards and all those things recently.
Well, do you remember
what
when
is
you
your,
were a
what is your
kid?
poison, Aaron? What do you collect, bro?
I collect hats.
Okay,
I
I
really wish I could find out like what the heck's wrong with this. We're just gonna go with the fuzziness, all right? So hats, it started with like my grandfather. So like he had a hat collection. I actually inherited his. So he was a farmer. So he had like, you got stuff from the feed store, you got stuff from the when we bought cows and stuff, you got stuff from those distributors, the milk places. So then I just started seeing him, and obviously like you want to be like your role models. So like I'm not upset about this, and I'm not gonna get too deep. All right, so like my dad, when I was a kid, he went out to the grocery store to like grab milk and never came back. I guess the line's like really, really long. So like my grandfather was that guy for me.
Hell yeah.
It had to be. Like they probably just ran out of change or something.
You realize you and Hatch just became best friends, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Amen, brother.
There you go, brother.
Hey,
There we go.
hey, let me just say.
Wakanda forever, dude.
Panther fist.
Wakanda forever, bro.
No, dude, whoa. That's fucked up. You said it was Black
Yeah, what?
Panther. This is the Wakanda forever, bro.
This is Wakanda forever,
No,
brother.
Do you?
I'm pretty sure that is the...
No, the movement, not
Yes,
the,
I'm
not
pretty
the
sure.
superhero.
There we go.
Hatch, you do realize the Black Panthers were a I don't even know the right term.
I
for
thought
it.
you were talking
It
about the
was a
superhero,
racial
bro. I thought you were talking about the
movement made
superhero.
No.
We're a militant
Same
group.
Oh,
Same,
fuck, dude.
same.
Yeah, they were.
honestly.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the Black Panther fist.
I gotta get Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals off my mind or something, bro. Something's going on.
Bro, you want to play Marvel Rivals, dude?
Dude,
I'm a freaking.
fuck, dude.
All right, you guys can talk about that later. I was
so down.
bringing up trading cards to also bring to another story of some stuff that went down this past weekend. So, guys, I finally did it. Anthony cracked me. Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday night, I played Magic the Gathering with Anthony Hernandez.
Nice, good shit.
It is so much fun. Holy shit. Okay, I get it. I'm a nerd. I'm playing Magic. What were you going to ask, Brandon?
No, I wanted to know, how does it feel to be a virgin again?
Dude, okay. I've never
I didn't even know you get your virginity back.
I've never. That'd be cool, like a virgin. You know, do it again. No, but okay. I get it. I understand it's, cliche nerdiness.
Yeah.
But holy shit, there's something about playing across, a table from, Tanner and Anthony and fucking putting down spells and being like, fucking, I tap mana and I attack with this guy, which lets me draw 2 cards. Dude, I can't even explain it. It's just so satisfying. There's something so much fun about trading card games in general, but being able to learn probably the best one, because Magic, I mean, it's the longest. It's the oldest. It was the first, trading card game that made stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and all that come into existence. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think, it is confusing, and I'm lucky that I had some kind of background with other digital card games, Gods Unchained and some other ones. But man, if you have no, experience with any of that stuff and you're coming into it blind, there's a lot you have to learn. Essentially every monster has like a keyword which tells you, oh, this has menace, so that means it does this thing, and this one has trample, which means it does this thing, and you have to like try to remember those and what they do and how, your stuff interacts with the enemy stuff. It gets incredibly complicated incredibly quickly, and to Anthony Hernandez's credit, he didn't go easy on me or Tanner, who were playing our first game for the first time. This man went and bought a $160 deck and absolutely fucked on us for 2 games in a row. I maybe did
king, bro.
1 or 2 actions in my first fucking game I played of Magic. So good for you, Anthony, but I will say this. Sunday night, we get down to it. We're playing another best of 3 series. He wins the first game. I take the second one off a technicality. It was the first game I won. It's one of those that
A win's a win, baby.
Hey man,
right?
chalk it up, brother.
He told me to take it as a win, but I didn't feel like I won. Like it more so felt like he just wasn't paying attention and lost.
All right.
Like it was one of those. But I will say, we get into that third game. And I truly beat this fucker. I beat this fucker in a game of Magic.
Hell
Man,
yeah.
that felt so good. For the context, Anthony Hernandez, he's played Magic for probably 6 or 7 years now. He's played it for a long time. He's been a big fan.
He knows what's up, dude.
Yeah, and so being able to like put together a winning combo that beat him, oh man, it felt fucking great, because he ruined my soul a couple times.
Let me
during
tell
this
you,
week.
that is a genuine flex, because, dude, the lore behind Anthony Hernandez, bro, that is some fucking decent lore. Let me just say. He knows
when it
what
comes
the fuck
to
is
like
up.
anime shit and like nerd
Yes,
shit. Anthony
bro.
knows what's going on. He's legit in that. There's a reason their team is named Austin Oni for a reason. All right, it's meant to be Japanese
Hey,
nerd
let me
culture.
just say, Oni till I die. Oni till I die. It's a lifestyle.
But I will say, it felt good to be able to put that win over on him. And to Anthony's credit, he did not hold back on on us at all. So there is
So
some
you beat him
respect
good,
there
like fair and square.
of not trying to be like my little brother's playing. Let me make sure he enjoys this game. It was like oh shit, yeah, you just won. All right, good game, Moff. And I was like, yeah, let's go,
Dude, be unapologetic with your nerd, bro. Let it show, dude.
I agree, bro.
Hey, I've started
I'm a
talking about
Halo
trading
nerd,
cards on this
bro.
show.
Whoa,
But I also
that.
understand that Magic the Gathering is literally the most, other than LARPing, it is like the second most nerdy thing you can say you do. Do you get what
Really?
I mean?
Over
Like,
Dungeons and
deepest of the
Dragons?
deep, dude.
Over
No,
Dungeons and
D&D.
Dragons.
It's either
Dungeons
tied
and
or
Dragons
slightly
bad.
below D&D. But D&D is fun too. We also have a group that plays that here as well.
Yeah, I'd like to try some
Fucking
D&D.
nerds.
D&D is pretty cool. It
Dude,
seems pretty cool.
Dude, my friend Mitch, bro, he literally writes scripts all the time. He has
Yeah,
he has like so many different like storylines, and Tanner does too.
I was gonna say, shout out to Ton. He's writing a campaign for us right now. So whenever we get together and go through the worlds of Dungeons and Dragons,
Damn it, bro! I wish I could
but
be
yeah.
there, like,
So essentially, I've moved to Texas to do nothing but nerd shit, and it's been awesome. And I've been having so much fun with it. And yeah, so thank you to Anthony Hernandez to make me play Magic. Literally, I shit you not, my deck is right here, motherfuckers. Like,
That's sick.
Oh, he's the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that's like you see like sticking out of his pocket right here. He's like
I will say, it's also
It's his
cool
faded
too.
deck.
It's also cool too because the deck that I picked up to play with is a Fallout themed deck. So my
what?
commander, my
Oh, is
special
that-
guy is Dog Meat.
That's what you sent us, huh?
No way.
Yeah, so I get
That's
Dog
sick.
Meat as my guy, but all the cards in here have like art that's all like kind of the Fallout type, post-apocalyptic stuff. So
That is so
yeah,
sick,
like I
bro.
thought that was cool too. Could tie in the video game nerd into the card game nerd.
Absolutely. And I mean, dude, I try to make it a thing where I post about Elden Ring at least once. At least once a week.
I love it,
I
dude.
try, bro.
The
And,
wizard memes are so awesome.
and let me tell you, dude, a lot of where I got my confidence from to post stuff like that, dude. Another member of Austin Oni, the fourth member of our broadcast team, Lastro Lopez, dude. He really did show me that I was like, man, you can be cool and be, a complete fucking nerd.
Can I show you something? I sent this to stop playing music. I sent this to Scott earlier today.
Let me get that.
Do you guys see what that is?
Looks like a sword. I do see what that
a
is.
multicam wizard hat. I can't get my
Send me that.
camera to link. I sent it to him. His response was, I already pre-ordered it.
Oh, you already had it before.
He was already ahead of me. So yeah, no, when it comes to letting your nerd flag fly and just doing you, Scott Lopez is the
He's a
is the
fucking
go for
king,
that.
bro. Straight up.
Dude, nothing's more alpha than just loving what you love and not giving a shit what people think about it.
Yeah, and just being single because no women like it either.
Dude, my
Amen, brother.
freaking the wife is like, you watching your little cartoons again, and it's like,
Whoa.
it's freaking anime, babe. Whoa. It's Demon Slayer. Come on, man. It's just,
Demon Slayer.
come on, man.
It's My
She
Hero
loves me.
Academia. Come on.
No,
don't you get it?
Aaron, I
Kaisen.
understand, bro. I understand,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude, the missus tells me.
Attack on Titan?
I watched a little bit of that.
Okay, where
I
you
did.
at? Where you at?
I'm not too big into Attack on Titan. I got really big into Naruto. I got super big into Jujutsu Kaisen.
Let's go.
Bro, do you want to see
Brandon,
my
go let them go
my
a little
leg?
bit.
That's it.
I'm gonna
If
mute
my
up.
well, it's my fuzziness here. So if this wasn't fuzzy, all right, I have a leg sleeve that is all just the Uchiha.
Send a
So
pic.
I will. I got you, brother. So it's the whole front of my shin, and it's the outside too. So I have like, obviously I have Itachi.
Yeah.
Gotta have Itachi. Gotta have Madara.
Magic wand.
Is that yeah?
Mangekyu Sharingan.
That's what I heard too, Brandon.
Yeah.
Sick. And then but you got to. And then
100%.
I have what the hell? I'm really whiffing on names right now. But it's like it's a Uchiha complete freaking sleeve. I have Itachi's like with all the characters right
Magic wand?
below my kneecaps is Itachi's Mangekyo Sharingan, just
Yep.
the eyes right below my kneecaps.
Sick, bro.
Dude,
That's
I'm a
fucking
nerd.
badass,
I'm
bro.
a weeb, bro.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Like, we
Got to.
fuck with that here. We definitely do.
Absolutely, bro.
All right, boys. Well, we're about an hour and a half in. Before we get any further, I wanted to make sure you guys had enough time to talk about street ball and everything went down there. So we'll wrap up nerd talk a little bit. I did want to
Absolutely.
make sure I gave a shout out to Anthony because I mean seriously, I've very much enjoyed playing against him. So we're going to be playing more this weekend. So here's your deserved shout out, buddy. Thanks for getting me into Magic
Really
the Gathering.
quick, Ryan. Was it this past week? Costco released
So
Blooming Waters.
yeah, so that happened. Well, there were products that were dropping all last week. Last week for Pokemon was one of the biggest drop days in probably the last 5 years of Pokemon. A set came out called Prismatic Evolutions. If you've been with us here, you've actually seen some of the cards already. It is the English version of the Japanese set that I've been showing off on the show. So my EV cards and stuff that I've been showing off here. So it was sold out everywhere, bro. I said fuck it, I'll go try to get a box at MSRP before everyone jacks it up to $100. I went to GameStop about an hour and a half before their opening. I got in line. I was maybe the 15th person in line. They had, I think, a total of like 18 boxes of product, like, you know, between the ETB and the sticker collection and the, like, so no one had any inventory. No one got anything. It sold out immediately. Everyone online has been complaining about, you know, scalpers this and scalpers that, and they couldn't find any product anywhere. Essentially what happened is a lot of people have gotten back into trading cards in general because Pokemon released a trading card game for the digital version, like for on the phone, as well as just, you know, honestly, like, shout out to Deep Pocket Monster, I think it is, but the guy who does the Should I Open It or Should I Keep It Sealed series, those have gone very viral. A lot of people have started to kind of, oh, I remember that. Yeah, that thing I used to do. So Prismatic Evolutions being as good of a set it is, some of the cards in it really do look just absolutely beautiful in person. So everyone wanted to get their hands on it. It became a huge fiasco. The Pokemon Company already put out a thing saying, hey, we're sorry guys, we're going to print more product, our bad, we're going to send it out to our, you know, send it out to our distributors, and hopefully you guys will be able to get it yourselves. But yeah, so if you want a box of it currently, it's about $130 online. It's
My
crazy.
friend has 2 boxes, and let me tell you, there was a guy trying to fight him for it. That
Yeah,
was like
it's-
genuinely trying to rip it out of his hands.
Well, and
Seen people
shout
wrestle.
out to my GameStop, shout out to like the Targets around here. Because it all comes down to whoever manages them. If they know it's going to be like a hype product, they'll do a good job, you know, like a
Single file line
the
type
GameStop.
shit.
Yeah, like they put us in a line. They came out. They said how many they had. Like, yeah, if you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to go try somewhere else, you know, go try somewhere else. But it's the places who don't know, and like, you know, the Costco who's run by a
They're
70-year-old.
like this on
Exactly.
the they're
People
grabbing
are
every single
running.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's run by like a 70-year-old who doesn't get that when you put this product out, you have 400 people who are going to show up to your store and all try to get 40 of them.
Which is weird because
So-
usually those are people that would collect Babe Ruth cards, you know, from back in the day.
Well, it's a very different thing though. But yeah, I mean, and because, well, you have to think of it from their perspective. People who get their hands on that product, that is gold that you're holding. It is a product that is going to sell almost instantly online for double the like amount you just paid. If there's any investment in life where within an hour you can get double of what you just put down, take that fucking investment. You get what I'm saying? So it's, you know, I see both sides. I see why people want to do it, but also like there does need to be some kind of limits to make it so like Timmy does get to open some packs.
Yeah.
You know, like I guess, you know, there's a guy, I've talked to him a lot about cards, Kellogg Photo. He's out of the SoCal area. He does a lot of WCs and stuff like
love
that.
that guy.
But he's also really big into Pokemon, and you know, he got lucky enough to get 2 boxes, and you know, he sold one and he ripped one open for himself. I got no problem with that. You know, if, you know, he's, you know, an adult, he, you know, maybe he's got his kids and everything, so he doesn't want to like, you know, just go out of his way and spend money on cards for himself. So, you know, he got one to have some enjoyment for himself, and then he, you know, sold the other one to kind of, you know, recover some of that money, I mean to say. And like, I got no problem with that. But if you go to a store and just buy literally 20 just to sell on eBay, okay, I do have a problem with that. Because like, now that's getting
100%.
crazy, man. Like, you know, if you're enjoying it yourself and kind of, you know, like I said, selling it to help offset a little bit, okay, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's the people who are like, yeah, been here since 5 a.m. The second they open, I'm gonna buy every single one, and Timmy is
Scalpers,
fucked.
dude.
And it's like, bro,
No, they're like Timmy, you won't get fucked over. Just pay $400 for it, and it's yours.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you
And-
know, poor little Timmy in that instance, you know.
So
Come on.
and so I see both sides of it, but I definitely you know, because there also are people like you know who were, there was a guy who, you know, texted Kellogg on his eBay listing and like, dude, you're scalping his product, fuck you, man, you know, was giving all this shit, and that's why I was like, I don't consider that scalping. You know, if you're enjoying it, if you're partaking in it, but you know, you sell a little bit off to kind of make more financial sense for yourself. Okay, what, like, I don't hate you. I don't have any
It's
opinion.
dude logic. You buy one, you buy 2. You
Yeah.
buy one for yourself, and then hey, if you sell the other one, and even if you just break even,
Well,
hey,
now you
you
didn't
got it
buy
for free.
this one. Yeah,
You got it for free.
You got a free product. Yeah.
Dude logic.
You know what they said? When it's nice, buy it twice. That's what they said, right?
That's,
Isn't that-
not what they
isn't
said.
that how it
That's not
goes?
what they said. No. But yeah, so that's why if you saw Pokemon product videos on your Instagram reel page last week, that's why. Because not only did Blooming Waters release, which is a lot of 151 packs in it, which was the most hype set of last year, but also the most hype set of this year also came out at the same time. So it kind of compounded on itself.
The local shop in town was like, you were only allowed to buy one. you're not coming in here and buying 20. Like, they put a post out on Facebook to make sure that everybody knew.
One of the best ways that I saw it handled, there's a couple game stores that they came up with this idea of, okay, if you want to buy it at market price, we will sell it to you, but we're going to cut off the seal around it. So that way it's just a box now. So that way, hey, if you want it because you want to open it, that shouldn't matter to you, right? But for all the people who wanted it still sealed, they charged the full market value, like what eBay was costing for it. And I thought that was a very, clever way to handle it of like, hey, if this is a product for you that you want to open, we're going to give it to you opened. Cool. That's your product. We'll sell it to you at what MSRP is. If you want to hold on to it for the next 4 years and have it in your closet waiting for it to reach $1,000 in value, cool, you got to pay us for, what the market value is right now.
Dude, there was people that bought, and I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, and the original Legend of Blue Eyes.
Yum.
There is still people that have the original box in cellophane that are selling. They're selling individual packs for like a couple $100, and they're selling the whole box for a couple grand.
Aaron, this is more common than you think.
I know.
Pokemon
I'm just
base
saying.
set boxes are going for about $30,000 to this day still. Literal
Damn.
base set packs are about $400 to
$30,000
$500 a pack, and it depends on if they're weighed. Because with old packs, you could literally weigh it to see if there was a hollow in there, because the hollow card costs more or weighed more.
Yep.
So people will sell packs as it's a light pack or a heavy pack, which is like, okay, we weighed it, we know it's light, there's probably not a hollow in there, so it's $150. But the heavy pack, now we got a $400 pack because there's a guaranteed hollow in here. There's a good card in here. So yeah, it gets crazy with some of the old shit. They have made ways now with like modern packs that you can weigh them. It doesn't matter. Like there's a little code card that goes in every one, and they specifically make those different weights. So it's like, you would have to already know the code card weight to be able to figure out if there's a hollow in there. And they just made it too complicated. But now the problem everyone's running into is X-ray scanners, because there are now industrial strength X-ray scanners that you can just put a pack into and see if there's a hit in there. That's the thing. Go look
that's
at
a big
Lineage.
investment, though. Like, god damn.
Is
that not?
Brandon,
You're the doctor.
You're thinking of like hospital equipment, which, a good X-ray machine, that's a couple $1 million, and that hospital will pay it off over years. This is now a $200,000 product, which, like, again, a lot of money, but that's a lot less than the original value.
Hey, listeners,
Yes.
listeners, I have access to 3 X-ray machines. Hit me up if we wanna start doing this shit. I know how to run it. We're
My
good.
boy's about to start hustling.
Make me
you know
cut
how to
it
run an
and
X-ray
cut me
machine?
in. Fuck yeah, I do.
I think, honestly, it's hard to explain. My ex was an X-ray tech. The amount she talked about it, I'm pretty sure I could run one at this point. Like, I'm
The way they
fairly
make it
certain.
seems not even that hard.
Don't ask me
other
to do the
thing-
math, but
Yeah,
I know how to operate it.
no. I agree there. I don't want to like do dose calculations and shit like that. But yeah, like, and the other thing too is it takes film, and then you just develop that regular film. I know how to do that. I've developed photo film before. That's
Mr.
easy.
Payne
We
taught
can do
me
that
that.
step.
Hey, all I got to do is hit print on the printer, and it prints out. Boom.
Well, that's the new version. It's not you don't get to go to the old red room and fucking put some dyes on some
not
shit.
those
and
ones. I got portable X-rays.
chemicals.
You know what? Hey, you cut
that
me in
little
enough,
portable
I'll
cart
bring
thing,
it
I
to
know that one too.
your home.
That's sick.
That'd be funny.
50% profit.
All right, well, boys, let's move on from trading card shit. We talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
I still have a story I want to tell, and you guys want to talk about street ball. So let's get both of those topics done within the next 20 minutes.
All right, I got you. So let me just say, street ball, right? We just did street ball event over at Capital Edge Paintball Park, where the former pro elites got to pick, ragtag group of teams. Everybody lines up. I want you, backyard style pick, and we ball. And let me tell you, that was awesome. And I'll get ahead of it now. Brando beat me, so now scores 1-1. I'll get ahead of it now. Scores 1-1. Yep. So we're serious about it. It's like now he's even. He was gay, but now we're even. Now it's 1-1. So
Why are you gay?
What?
that's just that. Yeah, it's just the
You ever
manly
seen
way of
that?
how we it's just the. Yeah, of course I have.
But
Is that
say,
the
It's a Nigerian dude.
Yeah.
It's the interview. Yeah, he's just like,
What you call him?
so I'm with a person today, and he like gives the intro, and then he just turns. So why are you gay? And it's just like, well, okay, like it's a horrible interview question.
I love that accent, bro. I could hear that shit all day.
It makes so many things better. It really does.
I agree. Especially where, I'm pretty sure I've heard this clip on another podcast, but it's like every scientist has that accent. The reactor is not ready yet. It's like all these Nigerian scientists in these movies all sound like that.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay. You said every scientist? And I was like, what, they do?
No, like every Nigerian scientist always has that, like, dude, insanely thick accent.
Hey,
right?
we know a Nigerian. Shout out Bert.
Hey,
Shout out Bert.
The Nigerian.
Shout out Bert. Shout out Bert.
And so...
Black Urban Raw Top.
But overall, Street Ball was a fantastic day. I had my hatchets. If we're going by photos, my team definitely looked the absolute happiest. Let me just say. Brando, where's your photo at, bro? Remember how I was like, I get on my guys about taking photos and really being up to date on it.
Well, I went looking for one of my guys because he got his bell rung after one game, and he's like, everything's just kind of fuzzy.
Rung?
Oh yeah, he came off.
Fuzzy.
He's like, everything's fuzzy, man. I'm gonna go take a break. I'm like, yeah, dude,
you
go.
got J-Bone.
Seriously?
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's the guy I went. Yeah. And,
Okay, that makes sense.
And I went to go look for him, and I couldn't. I think he left. I don't know. And as I was looking for him, whatever. Hey,
It happens. If they they die. It's on
Hey,
them.
he went and lay down on the rolled up turfs. Right there.
Yeah,
He's probably still there. Actually, I don't know. We'll see.
He's still there.
Gotta go check on him.
Yeah. I went looking for him, and he's gone. And I think someone else had to take off too. So it was like, well, fuck. I got 2 guys missing. It's all right. Let's just keep playing, guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't take my picture, but I was looking around at when we were picking teams, and I looked over and I see these 2 guys that, I'm like, all right, they got carbon masks. Like they look the part. They don't recognize them. I don't think they play very often, but like they look like they play rec, or just getting into it or whatnot. Maybe once or twice a month, maybe. And
Weekend
so I pick
Warriors,
Yeah. I picked both of them, and turns out like they've never played paintball before. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, god damn it!
Like never ever.
Well, never. They play airsoft, speedsoft. They came with Gavin.
Same, but different.
Yeah. So yeah, and you know how fucking good Gavin is, right?
Sure.
I'm like,
Yep.
Okay, there's some potential here. And for like they're obviously better than people that have never played either sport. Obviously, but it was still like, damn, they don't know the game. But it, like that's what it's about. Being able to like
Still beat me.
Yeah, get 2 brand new players, and like show them how to play with
Give them like a team, a team X-Ball experience. Because I mean,
structure.
Everyone knows, you go out to the field, maybe you haven't played before, and you go, and it's, one of those kind of random days where it's like, oh, you may get on with a line or 2 here, or, you may get with this 5 on the box there, but it's not like serious. And there's probably a lot of people who come from other sports who want sort of that structure to it. So it is probably cool for some of these guys who, maybe come from the speed soft side. They do want to try paintball, but they want to try it in an actual a kind of a team experience. So, not like I'm just going by myself.
Yep.
And I think Street Ball does a great job of giving
Definitely.
hey, here's a little bit of a next step into, I like competitive paintball. I want to do that more and more. Let's see what it's like to be on a line.
Yeah, and you have us heading, our squad, and then from there it goes, it runs the gambit in skill levels. It was me and Michelle. I had Audrey on my team, playing in the WNXL.
Did Marv take Michelle?
She was a stand-in for one of his players.
I saw her in Marv's picture. I was like, what the fuck, Marv? You can't do that.
No, she walked over. Yeah, she walked over. She thought there was going to be a big group picture with everyone, and it was just Marv's team. She goes, oh, I'll just be here for someone else. So
she's double dipping. That's bullshit. She's double dipping. Getting double the dubs.
But you get the full range of experience. With all the players within the team and learning the lingo and everything. It's just really, it's fun. It's cool. It's a fun fucking day.
Yeah. And let me say one thing that I just want to say. I tried to make it as special as I possibly could. So me and my girlfriend, we made necklaces for all the hatchets. And they all had their own little hatchet on it. And bro, let me
Which
just
was
say,
a Viking image, by the way. I
that's
just want to let you know.
sick.
You took my people's culture for
whoa,
your
whoa, whoa!
thing.
First of all, that was one of. There were like 10. There were like 10
People's culture,
different
bro.
ones.
It's on me. It's my people's culture. I get to
There were
claim
10.
it.
There were 10 different types of axes. There was a wrong time ago axe. There was a
I saw
Viking
the
axe.
one
There
you
was a.
said was a Viking, okay? And so that's all I know.
Yeah, see,
is
look at
you
that
took
one. See, look at that
one.
one. That's the.
That's
oh,
Viking?
that. No, that is
From
the.
what I can see from Brandon's 240p camera.
No,
over
there
internet.
is. That says a wrong
I
time
can't
ago.
see
That's
a
what that
single
says.
thing on that.
I love you.
Yeah. Thank
love
you.
you.
Thank you. That says I love you.
You like it?
Yes.
Oh,
I like it a lot.
like it. Oh, God.
I like it a lot. But yeah, so
Yo, Scott,
I
instead of you
made
like it.
special necklaces for everybody. And dude, there were some people that were like pissed that other people picked them because they wanted a necklace so bad. And I'm like, psh, let me just say, if once a hatchet, always a hatchet.
Pick
Yeah.
my hatchets.
But it was
Absolutely.
but it was scientifically proven if you had one of those necklaces, you were 10% gay. So
I mean, that's weird. You got one on your gun, buddy.
I need one of those.
I don't have a necklace.
need one of those.
I don't have a necklace.
Oh, Aaron, I got you, bro. I got you. Well, I'm making more for sure.
That's such a sick thing to do, though, bro. Like, no wonder your guys were so much more happier. Brando, come on, man.
I know. I was like, God, dude, my own dude, Trap looks at me. He goes, "Why do they get trinkets?"
Because I come to this show, I make a PowerPoint. You didn't do that. Hatch makes jewelry for his teammates. You didn't do that. So what do you do, Brandon?
Fuck. I
He
give
Google
out.
stuff quick.
Human
Yeah,
God.
I'm a quick Googler.
Okay.
That's where all my
Quick Googler.
internet power goes to.
He's a surgeon.
Yeah.
And, hey,
I am a sergeant.
thank you for.
I am a surgeon.
Yeah, that's
Don't do the voice.
Brando.
Hatch, don't do the voice. Don't do the voice.
Sorry, my bad.
Don't do the voice. But
Was it too accurate? Too accurate?
close.
My bad. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah. Well,
Your autism was showing, bro.
a little bit.
bad.
A little bit.
Oh fuck.
God, whenever I see shorts of that show, I'm just like, what am I gonna watch today? Like, it's oh God.
Absolutely.
Clips the Good Doctor. It's great.
It's a great show, though, dude.
Well, because he's a surgeon. That's why.
Sure. Yeah.
So
No, I'm just kidding.
stop doing that. But yeah, boys, so that's fucking. Street Ball sounded like it went well. Who won overall? Who was?
So Gavin's team actually won overall. No, listen to this. Listen to this.
Mr.
So
Day?
the only team that beat him, my team.
Wow.
So
But he had the best. He had the best record.
So
wait,
really, Hatch
Win
was
to
the
win,
top
dog.
team.
wait,
Yeah.
whoa.
No, wait. Brando beat my team.
I beat him.
He beat my team.
So
So I only had 2 losses that
Brandon,
day.
Hatch, Gavin's team. That's officially how it goes.
you know, some may
I
say,
guess. I guess.
Hey, win
That's
to
how I
win,
would rank
baby.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you beat the best
Circular
team, and
logic.
I beat you. Who beat the best team? I'm better. So
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's how it works. Brandon would have won the tournament if he had the luck. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, one final thing I want to leave us off with tonight. I found out about this last week, and ever since I learned about it, it went in my notes. I took copious notes about it because I knew I needed to tell the story on the podcast. So we talked about it before in the past couple shows, not recently, but you guys should know, one of my favorite kind of guilty pleasures is early 2000s reality shows. If it's in 4x3, it's amazing because there was no rules. They were just coming up with shit at the time. It's wild. It's crazy. It is trash, and I'll give you that. It's bad TV, but it's very entertaining. And a part of me is very nostalgic for it because, you see people using old flip phones and you see, 4x3 TVs and shit like that. And there's a part of me that's like, oh, I remember that time. It was great. So I was looking up some, videos on YouTube about different reality shows, and I stumbled upon one claiming to tell the story of the worst season of reality television ever made. And so, of course, I was like, well, that's a very catchy title. You got to give me some, you got to give me something about that. And they did, and they were right. So let's go back in time to The Amazing Race Season 8. Now, everyone knows The Amazing Race. It's a very popular TV show. It takes
I actually don't know that.
It takes teams of 2 people where they, they're either family friends, husband and wife, siblings, family connected. They take people who have some type of personal relationship together, and then they send them across the world. And they send 10 teams, and essentially it's, you have to figure out how to get your flight from this country to this country. And then when you're in that country, you have to do these challenges that the show has set up for you and all these different things. It's been on show, it's been on TV for a long time. A lot of people have probably heard of it or seen it at some point. Season 8, however, was a little different. what they wanted to do was, kind of, they've been doing the show for 7 seasons. They wanted to bring something different in, something fresh in. And so they decided a good way to do that would be to make it a family season. We've been doing it with mostly older people. What if we bring in, some adults and maybe, some kids, so it's like a whole family unit that are going through the show together. And so they decided to do just so. So, the Amazing Race, I don't know how many teams were in this season, but they did have teams of families, which consisted of, a father, a mother, and then usually, the male child, female child, something along those lines. You get the point I'm making. This was also back when reality television and just America as a whole, wasn't really worried about DEI type stuff. So there was one black family. Do you guys want to guess what the Amazing Race held on CBS decided to call the one African American family in their competition?
All right, how many guesses do I get?
You get 1.
All right, how bad is it on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's pretty bad.
All right.
I don't want to get canceled.
Is it? It's a name, right? It's like off of their name.
Team names?
Does it have anything to do with anything non-human?
I'm just gonna say it before you guys kill yourselves. They called them the Black Family.
Oh.
Now,
was it their last name?
This could have been their last name. I don't know that. I don't have that information confirmed. But on the show, they called the only African American family the Black Family. That's just start like
I thought
step
it was
one
gonna be
of
way
just
worse.
how horrible this season is going to go. Not only was they the only, African American family, they were also eliminated first, so that was great. There was an interview with the host who did like that season of the show, and he's like, "I wish that didn't happen that way." He has to tell Black Family, literally, that's what his line is Black Family, you guys have been eliminated from the show, and so he was very unhappy about that whole thing. But that was literally just leg 1 of the whole adventure. They thought, okay, maybe, the Black family's gone. Maybe that wasn't a great idea, but we'll move past that now as we're filming other parts of the show. Well, they did have another family that turned out to be quite a problematic family for them. I do not remember this family's name. I should have wrote it down. That's my bad.
The Brown family.
No, not the Brown family.
Oh.
This family
Close.
didn't have a father figure. Instead, there was 3 kids. And so it was explained that unfortunately this family in the past year had lost their dad at a motorsports accident at Talladega Superspeedway. He was a marshal for the races there, and he went on the track to clear some debris, and unfortunately he was struck by a car and he was killed. So a very tragic story.
Ways?
It's a racetrack, Brandon. God damn it, man.
You like to look one way, really, to be honest.
Facts.
But
Hey,
yeah,
all
so
go left.
obviously, this happened about a year ago. All of these are kids under 17 years old. It's pretty fresh in their brains still.
All right.
Weavers.
Now, unknowingly to,
The Bobbin Weavers.
unknowingly to CBS's production side, their second day has them go to some type of Amish plains where they have to drive horse-drawn buggies, horse-drawn carts. I don't know how this happens, but at some point in time, their horse goes crazy, and the mother gets run over by the cart. The kids who are driving the cart have absolute anxiety meltdowns thinking that their other adult figure just got ran over by a horse and buggy cart. It is so torturous, but thankfully the mother was okay.
And there's clips of this?
She got very lucky. There's clips of this. The mother was okay.
show.
She got lucky. She didn't get hit by the wheels or anything. She's okay. But it's very obvious that the kids are dealing with some shit in their heads. You know what
They're
I
never
mean?
driving again.
This brought up the fear that came through. The fear that came through the kids' eyes, it was like, oh shit, they thought they just lost their mother. They just lost their father. It was very bad. Now, up until this point in time, a lot the producers didn't know that would happen. They didn't know the family would run over the mom. That's a complete accident that was not planned or in any way, shape, or form. They weren't meaning to put the kids in that situation. It just happened, unfortunately. This next one was fucking planned, and whoever the producer is who did this absolutely cooked. Their third stage of the race, they go to Florida. Or no, sorry, not Florida. They go to Alabama. Do you know what is in Alabama? Aaron, you might know what's in Alabama.
There's a lot of sketchy people in Alabama.
There's a lot of sketchy people in Alabama. But you know what's
Alligators.
also there? It's Talladega Super Speedway.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Yep.
Wait.
So, what, Brandon?
No, go.
Talladega's in Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Because Daytona's in Florida. That's not the one.
Yes.
I'm not mixing that
Yeah.
up, right? Yeah. So, their father died at Daytona. They go to Talladega International
family?
Super Speedway. The producers of this show make this family go to another NASCAR track and do circles around the track on a bicycle less than a year after their father died on a very similar NASCAR track.
Stop. Did they put a dummy out and they like put the dad's name on it?
No.
That would have been fucking crazy,
The
dude.
family gets the note of like, hey, you're going now to Talladega Super Speedway. They all are like, are you kidding me? Like they were just like, yeah, the war stares of just like, why are we going there? And the whole time the mom is talking to the kids as they're riding the bike, like, it's okay, guys. Our dad loved racing. You know, he would want us to be here. This was, you know, this was his love in life. It is, and man, it is just, you know, torturous for these kids. You can just see the trauma that is being put into these kids' head.
I wonder.
Brandon, I'm not done.
bro.
That's the crazy part. I'm not done, Brandon. Because after this, they take a couple legs off. You know, they go to Panama, they go to a couple other places, but
Nice.
they come back to the U.S. and they arrive in Arizona. Well, in Arizona, ladies and gentlemen, there is a little-known place called the Skip Barber Racing School, which is where almost every great kart athlete from America has learned how to race. They make one of this member of the family go on a go-kart racing track and like do a challenge racing. I'm not
What?
shitting you. So again, the mother does it. The kids are all sitting there like just panicked faces, just white faces as their mom is doing the go-kart thing, and just like horror flashbacks in their minds of losing their dad and everything.
These people ever heard of no?
Well,
You know?
they didn't know this would happen. Again, this is why I bring up the point that originally the first buggy incident, that was not, you know, that was not on purpose. The producers couldn't have known that was something that was going to happen. Now, going to Talladega and the Skip Barber Racing School, you do know what's going to happen
Coincidence.
there.
They're hammering
That
a
is,
point in,
that
dude.
is a producer who is cooking up some fucking drama right there, who's cooking up some torturous, you know, stuff for their show. So
The hell?
I heard about the story, and you want to know the best part too? They end up losing. They go on this whole thing and they don't even win the money. They fucking have to deal with all this trauma and torture and everything, and they don't get anything out of it.
Could be me.
That was
I'm
the
holding
story
back
of the
so
season.
much, dude.
Dude, I
Let it fly, bro. Let it
as I was
fly.
watching this video, I had to pause it because I was laughing too hard, man. Because the fact that they make them go to another talent, like a super speedway, there's like 6 of those in the country. They didn't have to go to one of those.
Bro, I had to
It's
mute my
fucking
mic.
so
I was
crazy.
laughing so loud, dude.
Yeah.
I probably woke my daughter up, dog.
One of the most fucked up stories I've heard about from old school reality television.
Dude,
Did
that is
the
insane.
producer say that your dad wasn't the only one that lost at a race?
Oh my god,
No, but
bro.
I wish they did.
I'm sorry, my humor's
No,
so
but
dark.
No, you, dude, that
This
was
is what-
amazing.
This is what I mean by beautiful moments from early 2000s reality television. Because like
That wouldn't happen now.
No, it would have happened now, but also those were conscious thoughts. That wasn't, you know, that wasn't a coincidence that they ended up there. No, a producer saw, oh, their family died, like their dad died at Talladega or at Daytona. Well, let's take them to Talladega. Let's see what happens. Like someone had that thought internally. It's so fucked up, man.
Dude, the producer just took the family, and then next to their name on the notes, he just wrote skill issue, and then he just did all the racing ones.
What, dude?
Jesus, that's fun.
Bro, I'm just saying.
Their father died being on the racetrack. Let's make them be on the racetrack on a bicycle.
Bro, in the name of content, bro, this guy is a fucking genius. In the name of content, bro.
Hey, maybe it's a female.
what's he doing
We don't
right
know.
now?
Maybe that producer. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. The more fucked up things in my life have happened by females. So you know, I
Yeah,
think
it's about
they're-
driving, and then they're alive, so.
Wait, Hatch, did you just assume their gender, bro?
You know
He
what?
did. He assumed it was a male who produced that show, and it could be a female.
Let's be real.
Let's Google it.
Honestly, like
Let's
Google
Google it.
Let's be real.
Or what was it
man.
called?
Let's be real. It probably
Okay,
was.
all right. Didn't even need to open
was.
a new tab.
Don't need to open that up. But yeah, so that was season 8, the family season of Amazing Race. Just a little little story that I ran into last week, and I was like, I gotta tell the boys about
And
this.
what year was that? Do you know what year that was?
2004, 2005, I want to say. Like one of those.
Yeah.
05, yeah.
Dude,
So right in peak
the
America.
early aughts, bro.
We were
Wild time.
bombing the fucking Middle East. We were fucking taking oil from shit. I don't know. We were doing all the great things in the middle, the aughts.
We were
Yeah,
raising
middle of the aughts.
Aaron, where were you during that show? I fucking looked Hatch in the face and said, 8, and he looked at me like I was a retarded person. Have you never,
was I
like,
at?
in ammunition, heard someone call, like, a 30-06 round or
I've
something
heard
like
that.
that? Like,
I've heard that being said, but I've never heard of
Have you
someone
ever-
like, what did you say again for the year?
I was
2000
saying,
odds.
8, yeah.
Yeah, I've never
yeah.
heard that.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for
Yeah.
fucking agreeing with me, because
That
these
is pretty
guys looked at
normal,
me
yeah.
like I was one of the stupidest, craziest people they've ever met for saying that sentence. So
I've never,
I'm
I've
glad
never
got
heard it
back
used
up
like
here.
that.
Oh, dude, I'm also a redneck, dude.
Yeah,
So, like,
I am
that's
too.
another thing you gotta realize, dog. I used
I'm
to
as
eat
redneck as you can be in
squirrel when I was
California.
a kid.
Hey,
Okay,
there's
that's
nothing wrong with
harder.
that,
I
brother.
shot squirrel. I didn't eat
No,
it,
no,
so
brother.
I guess you're better for me than that. You use the animal.
Yeah, it's fun.
Valid.
You gotta eat. You gotta kill a lot, dude. For me, like I'm a big boy.
Well, especially
Said you gotta kill
squirrel
a
meat.
lot.
I had to
What a
kill like
fucking
8.
beast.
I had to kill like 8 of them, dude.
But also, fun fact with squirrels or rabbits in general. But have you guys ever heard of the term rabbit starvation?
No.
So if
think
you
so.
survive, like let's say you're in Alaska and your plane crashes and you're trying to survive,
Yep.
you can catch all the rabbits that you want in the world. You can eat all the rabbits that you want in the world. You will still die of starvation. And the
Tell
reason
'em,
being
brother.
is because there's not enough fat on those rabbits to keep your body going. So you'll be getting protein, but you won't have any fat that'll actually keep your body and systems going. So
There's
you'll
a huge-
still starve to death. It's
huge
such
problem
a
with Oregon
crazy, like, because you don't think of that. You're like, oh, I'm eating food. I'm getting calories and I'm getting sustenance. But yeah, if you just eat rabbits, they don't have enough.
What?
It's all lean meat. There's not enough fat
No
there.
way. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a
Because the rabbits are probably fucking burning off 3 times the amount of calories in their intaking that day. You know.
They're so
Well,
lean.
and don't get me wrong. If you're, stuck in the woods and you find a squirrel, fucking eat that squirrel. I'm not telling you not to, but you're not gonna.
We're not telling you to go to the park and just find random squirrels and eat them. We're telling
We're not
survival.
telling you to be. What was it? Was it Somalians who were doing that? It was. Was
Oh,
it?
Haitians.
Ducks.
It was
They're
Haitians.
taking
Yeah, it was
dogs.
Haitians. They were eating the dogs, eating
The
the
dogs.
cats.
Eat the cats, yes.
Yeah, that shit is
Hey
insane.
man, dog tastes good. Come
Hey.
on now.
Well,
Hey, if I'm hungry enough, bro.
Aaron, no.
South
no,
Korea.
Not the dogs.
I didn't know.
Not
I
the
didn't know.
dogs.
I love dogs.
Did that
You've
happen to
eaten
you
South
too?
Korean?
Because that happened to Lastro. Scott was telling me about that when he was stationed in Korea too.
I went out with a couple Katusas and we went over to Seoul. Went down and there's a bunch of markets in Seoul. It's not just
Yeah.
the Seoul Tower. So you go down to the lower markets. It is sick, bro. Like you'll see like full octopus like in tanks and stuff. So we go down there and this one guy's selling and they have chicken on a stick. They do a lot of like street vendors.
Describe
and stuff.
that chicken on a stick. What does that look like? I'm
Literally
having trouble
grilled
putting it
chicken
in my
on a
head.
stick.
take a chicken tender, just put it on a stick, brother. All right?
Uh-huh.
And then you just roast it over some coals and then you just dip it in barbecue sauce, finish roasting it, and
Sounds
it's on a
great.
stick.
Yeah, it's chicken on a
It's
stick.
awesome.
Dude, I was thinking
Well,
like the
Korean
chicken,
food's
like
the
the
shit,
actual
by the way.
chicken itself.
Now
Like
they cut little strips and stuff like that.
oh, okay. I thought like the whole chicken just on a skewer.
Yes. Yep. So me and this Katusa were walking around this market, and you could buy like bootleg like Gucci glasses that are like I don't know 5,000 won. It's like $5, $4.50.
Oh, Mucci glasses?
Yeah, Mucci glasses, brother. Hell yeah. So we stop at this one place. I'm very hungry, and at that time I was still like 220, 230. All right, still a big boy. All right, Korean standards.
Why
I
are
am
you
a
laughing,
giant.
Hatch? What
I'm not.
part of that was funny?
I'm not laughing at all, bro.
Okay, did you just call me fat?
No, I did not.
No, I'm just like, what even was the joke? What did I miss?
No, I'm just excited. The build-up of this story is great.
Yeah. So we stop at this one chicken place, and I've already been in Korea for like 8 months at this point.
Oh, shit.
So I'm just like, oh, ayo, ajashi, annyeonghaseyo, like, yo, give me some of this stuff. Like, hey, how you doing? So
All I know is
the
bulgogi.
Katusa, bulgogi,
Feed me.
pork.
It's great.
Yep, that's pork bulgogi. So I talked to him, and the Katusa was like, oh, anya. I'm like, why? What's up? Which means no. Like, do not. Like, they do a lot of like this. Don't do it. I'm like, why, bro? It's chicken on a stick. He's like, oh, Anya, Anya. I'm like, dude, shut up. I'm hungry. So I go to grab it, eat it, and like, it's super good. And he's like, oh, Gieseke, Kagogi. I'm like, whatever. Well, the one that spoke more English, he was like, that was dog. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I love dogs. Yeah. So,
yeah, that is. You know, I get it. People are gonna be like, okay, that's kind of morally fucked up, but that's my line, bro. Dogs are my line. Like I love.
He didn't know.
Look,
he didn't know.
Man,
I didn't know.
Cows they're friendly. You know, they're not bad people. But I'll eat the fuck out of a cow any day of the week.
Cows are people.
Pigs, very fucking intelligent. Sorry, I'm still gonna eat you, little buddy.
I still shot him.
Fucking.
Would you eat a horse?
Fucking.
No.
No horse. That's the line.
No horse. No, horse probably just not that good. But just to finish my thought, dog. No, fuck that. I'm not eating dog. I like dogs too much.
If I knew though, I agree with you. If I knew, like,
well, yeah, that's a little different. Yeah.
If it wasn't for me being in the military and not wanting to cause an international incident, I saw this one dog that was chained up outside, and a Catus was like, "Hey, it's outside of a restaurant," and I'm like, I want to go in there, raid the whole house, take that dog with me, and just like clean him up, pet the dog nice, and be like, "Yo, bro, you're living with me for the rest of your life." And he's like, "You can't do that. That's their property." And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
dogs, dude. No, don't fuck with dogs. Come on.
No,
I love dogs, dude. I mean, obviously,
it's so fucked because dogs rely on humans. Like, there's such an
they're
intrinsic
companion
trust
animals
in humans.
Dude, awesome,
that
bro.
when you betray that trust and fuck with them, fuck you. I don't
I
like
agree
it.
completely,
It
bro.
fucks with me, and I get it. You know, I've killed birds in my life. I've killed animals in my life. No, fuck it. Don't touch dogs. It's like don't touch kids. Don't touch dogs. They're off limits.
dude, my dog Pepper is this little 20-pound dog. And I'm such a large man. There's pictures of me in bed, like that Sloan took with Sloan's my lady. She's the wifey.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, even when I was bodybuilding, it's just this huge chest. And I'm just like curled up, and like here's the dog's face, like right here. Like the dogs sleep with us in bed.
Yeah.
Like I love my dogs, bro.
Nah, dogs are the shit. But also, like, I don't know. Dogs are better than people, and
Dude,
I'll live.
We
by
don't
that fact.
deserve dogs, bro.
You're absolutely
we
right
don't.
about that. We do not. But you know what's funny? I actually I brought my girlfriend's dog to the field for the first time, and that is a little black what is it? Toy poodle or like Maltese toy poodle or some shit. So
Thing was
and I'm like
tiny.
carrying it around with a tiny ass dog, right? And everybody is like, "Oh my god, Hatch, you got another dog!" And I'm like, "Bro, not mine," right? And dude, everybody told me that I was that it looked like it would be my dog because all black, like curly hair, right? It would look like it would be like an
Had the
accessory of
stash.
mine.
Mustache.
Literally,
Yeah.
the dog has a fucking mustache.
It was
bro.
the picture. It's like dogs look like their owners. Like it was that type of like.
Yes, and
baller.
it was almost like you know when like a king has his dog and he looks exactly like the same as him. You know, it just looks like as royal. It was like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but okay. One thing real quick, I want to ask you before we leave real quick. I just want to ask you something quick.
Hatch, no, I agree. Can I finish off my thought on that topic? Because
Oh,
I was
my
just
bad.
gonna
My bad.
say this is such a good thing about dogs. Take the movie John Wick.
Yep.
Obviously, it's a man who goes and murders essentially hundreds of people. What do they do at the beginning of that movie to give you sympathy for that character? They kill his dog. That's all they had to do, and
Absolutely.
all of a sudden, the whole audience was like, "Yeah, no, kill all of them. That's justified."
Absolutely, dude. Let me tell you,
That says how powerful like dogs are. Like,
dude, there were
every human
times
got that.
where I was like, dude, if something were to happen to my dog, I would go fucking ballistic, right? If somebody were to try to come and like harm my dog, bro, I would go ape shit.
To not
We
be
just
the-
talked about it today at work. Like, so we were talking about coyotes and stuff, and how coyotes have been known to like take off dogs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I said if any coyote, and I've never predator hunted, okay, if a coyote would take off with one of my dogs, I would be
I'm coming for him.
I would be the John Wick
Yup.
of all coyotes.
So-
I don't care about hunting
You'd be
seasons.
thermal
bag
at night,
limits.
just fucking.
Yes.
Dude, I'm grabbing my night vision. I'm going down. I will buy on the black market my 240 Bravo, and I'm going to town.
Christ.
I love my dogs, dude.
Dude,
You were a
so-
240 gunner?
Yeah, I was a 240 gunner. Man.
Fuck. God,
Let's
that
go.
makes so much
I
sense.
laid this. Cuz, dude.
You just hate everything. You just hate. That's what 240s do.
Accuracy by volume, my guy.
Yeah, 100%. You were playing paintball in the Middle East, essentially.
Oh yeah.
They did not feel that way.
Yeah. Well, and I guess one last thing about dogs. We all remember. Maybe you guys don't know about the story, but Marcus Luttrell, the lone survivor from that really tragic Operation Red Wings that went down.
Yes.
Well, there was a point in time when someone decided it would be a good idea to go onto his property and kill his.
He chased him.
Service dog. His service dog.
His service dog. Yeah. This man, he got in his truck, obviously armed, and started chasing them. And to his credit, he calls the cops. He says, "Hey, they fucking killed my dog. You better get me before I get them." And the dispatcher, if I can remember it correctly, she was just like, "Well, let's not do anything rash, like Marcus."
He's like, "No, don't follow them. Don't follow them." He's like, "But they shot my dog."
No, but you could almost hear her like sympathy, where she was like, "Man, like, I don't want to tell you can't do what you're about to do, but it's going to cause problems for a lot of people that's not just you, so please do not do that."
In the back of her mind, she is like, "Oh, I hope this motherfucker gets him."
Oh yeah.
Like in the back of her mind.
She'll never admit it.
She's like,
she'll never admit it. But I will.
She's like, "Oh no, don't chase them. Like, don't ever do anything."
No,
That's
don't shoot him.
I just find that funny. If you talk about a bad target, bro,
You just
how
don't go out to kill his
fucked
dogs,
up with
bro.
a target? That's literally. I mean, look. Fuck, that's a real life John Wick. That's one of the few men who it's like, you don't fuck with that dude, and then you kill the one thing. It was literally named after one of his buddies that he lost in war. Like, yeah dog, that's you deserve death.
Fuck around and find out.
I wonder
Man.
whatever happened to that guy.
Hopefully he died.
I hope he's not breathing. I'm gonna be fully honest.
Fuck, dude, that is insane.
Don't fuck with dogs. Don't fuck with dogs. And don't fuck with kids. I have clear principles, okay, and I stand by
Yes,
those.
absolutely.
Dude, I have a shirt that says "Kill your local pedophile," and I wear it
I
all
love
the
that
time.
shit.
It's a dope one.
That dude, there were months where that was my favorite content, seeing that shit where they're like slapping him around and shit. But
Oh, I love.
We've talked about
They
it.
changed, and when they went from just like, "No, don't do that. Sit down. Just think about it." Two dudes just like going off and hauling on dudes. I'm like, bro, the world is healing, dude.
Yeah.
I love
World's
this.
healing. My thing, and I'll always bring it up. I don't support those guys, and yes, there's a part of me that's like, fuck yeah, they're getting beat down. But there's also a part of me that's like, okay, now you're making the attorney who's going to prosecute this case like 1,000 times harder. Like, and I'd much rather see that pedo go to jail for 20 years than have a black eye for 2 months. Like, I feel like.
Well, here's the thing. I do believe that they should get put behind bars, because if they get put in Gen Pop, they will die.
We've said that on the show. That was
the way you said that.
Literally was the quote I said, was like, we'll let them go to 10 to 15 years of Gen Pop, and that's going to be a worse hell than whatever beating you could give them is.
You know what my older brother said? So my older brother did some time. He passed away, but he did tell me when he got out. He's like, "You know what we used to call those guys that came in?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "We used to call them gazelles." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Because we're the lions."
Oh, it's
He's
so
like, once
fucking
we
badass.
find out,
That's hard as fuck.
Once I
really
heard
is.
that dog, I'm like, "Yeah."
Hard as fuck.
Yes. Look, fuck, people have got opinions about, criminals and shit like that, but there is a code, and I do respect that. At least, they've got a line, and that line is you do not touch kids and women, and I can at least agree with that, I don't maybe not agree with everything else they do, but okay, I can respect that value at least.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yep.
So,
But-
all right, boys. Well, we got off on a weird tangent there.
Yeah, can I get my last question off real quick?
Yeah, what
Alright,
is that?
all right, Aaron, this one's for you.
We're already pretty late.
What's
All
up,
right, so
brother?
do you think that you would be able to handle 200? Oh, you know what?
Show's gonna go on for
300.
another 20 minutes.
You're a big guy. 300 bloodlusted vampire bats coming at you, but you have a badminton racket.
Oh,
dog,
you're
I'm
dying. 300 bats, you're dying.
300 vampire bats. The stats behind a vampire bat are there. Those are not the
How
biggest
big
things.
are they?
Those are not the biggest.
Hatch,
bats,
it doesn't
dude.
matter. You have 300 animals that are crawling, clawing, and scratching at you.
I'm pretty sure I'll die, but I'll tell you what, I'm taking as many out with me as possible.
I like that.
Well, I mean,
put it out
that's
there.
all of these scenarios. You're taking out as many as possible. I mean, that's I think
Yeah.
that's
It's
all of our mindsets going into it. Like,
5, I'll tell you that. I'll probably take down a third of them.
because I think this goes back to the squirrel question where we talked about like, yeah, I could probably take 20 to 30 squirrels, but you throw 60 or 70 at me,
Yeah.
that's getting sketched, you know?
Okay,
like,
okay.
they're starting to do damage.
Yeah.
Let's
couple of them
rephrase.
bite at your Achilles.
How many vampire bats do you think you would be able to take on, Aaron, if you had to?
If I had to, like, at least 100.
You think you could take on at least 100?
It's a
I'll
flying
be
animal.
really-
That's even
I'm
more
talk-
scary. You
It
don't
is-
have a 12 gauge with you, because
You have
that
a
would make it a
badminton
lot
racket.
easier.
A badminton racket, though,
That's an extra like
is it
2 feet to your reach.
indestructible? Is it indestructible?
Absolutely
badminton
not.
racket?
This is a standard.
It's gonna break within like
this is
the
a
first
sta-
10.
Oh, then I have to start doing an Ozzy Osbourne and biting heads off, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
It's going
dude.
crazy.
Like
You're
that
definitely
crazy
getting
dude, like,
AIDS
biting
from
the
that.
apple.
There's no way
Without a
you're
doubt.
not getting an
Hey.
infection from biting off vampire bats.
No.
heads.
Can't get it twice, brother.
That's a good
Hell
point.
yeah.
That's
No,
called
I'd
HIV.
say probably like 10 to 20. Like realistically, like 10 to 20 probably. But
I think you could get more than that. But
I think you, Aaron,
mean,
yourself
with-
could get more than that for sure.
Well, and I always agree with these questions. The people who say 50 plus, you're smoking bat shit. You know, just 50 wild animals attacking you, shit's gonna get real.
Let's look up how big they are.
100%.
I do feel like 30 to 40 maybe is a doable range. You know, I'm definitely
so.
I'm getting scratches, I'm getting cut. I'm probably pretty infected after this fight, but I think I could survive that amount.
I'm definitely going for a rabies shot afterwards.
All right,
After
Oh
so-
yes,
20 to 30.
multiple. Just keep giving me them, bro.
I'll be a pincushion at the
All
end.
right,
of the
so one thing about vampire bats, we got some in common with them. 2.8 to 3.5 inches. So that's how big that's how
dude,
big they
that's
are.
long, bro. That is long, dude.
A lot, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So 2.8 to 3.5 inches. That's not that big. That is not that big.
I would say the
That's not
perfect
that big.
size.
That's smaller than
That's
the squirrel.
about
For sure. That is way smaller than the squirrel. Like, dude.
Yeah, no, for
The
sure.
squirrels in my local college, bro, they'll take a kid.
The
They're
big
rad.
advantage that the bats have is just their flying ability. Because squirrels have to come from the ground. They have to come from a place where you can attack them. The bats don't have to. They
Are
can
they gonna
dive bomb
screech
you.
in my ear and stuff too, bro? That's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah, dude.
That might do berserker rage type of stuff. You know what I
Holy
mean?
shit.
Yeah, who needs to eat mushrooms when you
I
have
was gonna
Sonic
say, what you didn't
blaring
realize is
through your
Aaron's just gonna
ears?
grab some fucking mushrooms, start foaming at the mouth, and just let it all go.
Some Vinland Saga type shit? Hell yeah.
Yes, bro.
Dude.
Yes, I'm invading your village, dude.
Oh, bro. If a village of vampire bats, bro, Aaron's taking on at least 200 villagers of vampire bats, bro, for sure.
200 villagers?
If it's like a village of vampire bats, with his mindset,
I
he's
heard
taking
villagers, so I read it as person. Okay, never mind. All right, we can continue talking about this in the post show if people are,
I'm
are
definitely
still
down,
interested
definitely down.
in more vampire
Oh,
bat
hell yeah,
stuff.
dude.
But this is one of the longest shows we've done recently since we started doing the post show. We appreciate that, Aaron, and we did even have to do some technical difficulties beforehand. So it's been a long night so far. So we are going to start to bring this to a close for the main podcast. I will say this, Aaron, we appreciated having you on so much, man.
Your flow is fantastic, bro.
Have you
I
back
appreciate
on in
you
future
guys, man.
episodes. Maybe get some stories from events or some stuff that goes down this year. Before we get into kind of our other stuff, where can people find kind of your content, maybe some of the other stuff that you're doing?
So everything is on my Instagram, A.R.G underscore or the dash or whatever image. That's mostly where all my content goes to. I have a page, ARGimage.com. I do not update that as much. So almost all my content, if you want to stay up to date with like what I'm doing, where I'm going, events I'm going to, it's all going to be on there. I always post up stories. Don't be afraid to like message me. I usually always talk to people.
I was nervous to message you at first.
Dude, I was nervous to talk to you at freaking Chicago, bro.
Dude, I was like, dude, this
Fucking
guy.
losers.
I was like, I know this guy's gonna be. I know he's gonna be a good guest on here.
I never want to seem like a suck up. So like when I talked to you at Chicago, I was like, hey man, watch the show. I don't want to seem like all these other people. Cause like I don't. Cause like I wanted to get to know you as like people first.
100%.
And then it's just that's how I want to go.
Absolutely.
No, you guys are freaking
I've
awesome.
definitely had conversations with people after moving down here to Texas who it's like, I've never met you, man, but you clearly know a lot about me. That's kind of weird. Like, and so I do like there is a little bit of like, okay, you listen to the show. That's cool. Appreciate that.
I'm gonna go
I
lock
wish
my
I knew
doors.
more
when I
about you.
walk
What's
inside.
your name? Like, can we get some info here? So yeah, I kind of feel that a little bit, but no, I mean, in general, it's always cool when people, notice us, kind of, fuck, dude, every time Mike Ryan's always like, hey, what's up, boys? When you see us at the field and all the Seapulls last year that we were at.
Love that
So,
motherfucker.
yeah, no, it's cool for sure. And yeah, we appreciate guys like you, Aaron, guys who they maybe start as fans of the show and then become friends of the show. And we appreciate that.
I
Familia.
appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
Well, hell yeah. So, we got to go ahead and wrap the show up like we do every single week. So, to do that, I need a cool guy of the week from Brandon Brando Baird.
Let's see it, Brando.
Sent that. Can't find this guy's name, but I'm gonna call him self-defense guy.
I don't think I can actually watch these
Self-defense
now.
guy.
Is this
You
going
know
to
what?
work?
Yeah,
I thought this app was banned in the United States, Brandon.
Nope.
Oh, I don't want to
no
log in
more.
on
I
my
literally
computer,
can't
bro.
watch it because this post may not be comfortable for some audiences.
Yeah,
Log
bitch,
in to
watch
make
this.
the
No,
most
hey,
of your
send it to me on my phone.
experience.
Can you text it to me? Can you text it to me? And I'll
I'm
text
not
it to you.
logged into TikTok on my browser.
Me either, bro. Who goes on
Alright,
TikTok on their browser? Hey, let me just say, hey, I'll
Goes
send
on
it to Aaron.
TikTok.
All right,
to me, bro.
bitches. Look, I could
So
get on Instagram.
what's the
but
most
God damn it! I
Brandon?
gotta go run 2 miles because Smiley
I got
tried to
this.
tag me in a story. I'm fucked, bro. God damn it!
I got you.
So let's finish the show. God, it's like squirrels right now, guys. I need a cool guy of the week.
Yeah. So it's security footage of road rage, right? This one lady like stops her car. She jumps out of her car and like runs to the car she thought was tailgating him, and starts screaming at the lady driving.
Saw this video.
And then, and her boyfriend comes out, confronts the first lady screaming at his girlfriend, and she tells him to like back the
are you
fuck
gonna
up.
do?
Yeah, and so he like turns his back to walk away, and she goes to sucker punch him, and he eats that, and immediately like I think he hits her once, and then picks her up and just
Straight
body slams
slams her.
Wham! And you hear the oh, dude, it's so satisfying.
Dude,
Like
it's like
hey,
it's like out of a movie. Like while she's being like slammed on the ground, she's like Miguel, and she's like crying for
Calling
her
for
husband or
help.
some shit while getting
Yeah.
slammed.
Yeah, you could tell that dude. He understood at that moment. I have the opportunity to do this without like getting in major trouble. I'm taking that opportunity. Like it was very clear. He was like, oh, I can body slam her. Oh, let's do that.
He understood the.
I mean, she punched him in the face. He had every right.
Yeah,
He's
she
Well,
defending
that's what I
him.
mean. He
Like-
was like, oh, she started it. I get to
Yeah.
retaliate.
yeah,
Like,
you want to act
it's-
like a man? You're gonna fight like a man.
Cue that
pass
scene.
denied.
Cue that scene from Thanos where he's like, "All that for a drop of blood," and they just started fucking his body slamming there.
That would be good. But yeah, so cool guy of the week. I guess the man who body slammed the woman. Is that who we're
Damn
giving it
straight,
to this
self-defense
week, Brandon?
guy. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Self-defense.
Absolutely.
Self-defense guy.
100%, guys. All right, and then we need a code word of the week from
Absolutely. And let me tell you,
Stephen Nash.
this one's been written since multiple hours ago. Shout out to Tegan for that. All gas, no brakes. Let's go. She's like, I heard you say that at the tournament at World Cup, and I really like that. And I was like, thanks. I did not come up with it.
Okay.
So
And,
all
I do
gas,
love
no
the
brakes.
whiteboard interaction. We're now so you're not going to write
I'm
the
trying.
code
I got my
word
riddles
and
are.
hit us with it.
Got my Michelle and Brando picture.
That is why do you have an engagement photo of Michelle and Brandon?
That
They're my favorite people.
Yeah, we put those in the wedding invitations.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
That-
And so
I never got.
to.
Yeah.
no, I didn't get one from Yvonne and Cedar. They could be on there. Cedar, I know you're listening, bro. What the fuck? God damn it, bro. I want
Code word of
photos
the
of all
week,
my
all
friends.
gas, no brakes. Hatch is losing the plot.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and make sure you remind you guys, if you made it this far to the show, you obviously liked it. You obviously enjoyed it. So make sure you rate it on whatever podcast platform or app you're listening to us on. YouTube, drop a thumb. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, drop a 5-star rating. Please do so. It does help out the show. Completely free to do. I think that's a fair trade for us, giving you 2.5 hours of content every single week. So yeah, leave a rating. It would help out a lot. Also, make sure you subscribe to the show on all those platforms I just mentioned. Gives you notification when the next show is live and ready to go. And just like with the rating, it makes us look better in their algorithms, and they promote our show more, and more people listen to it. So please hit the follow button, hit the rating. We would appreciate it. You can also, if you want to support the show more, you can head over to the patreon.com/Mafia_productions. Over on the Patreon, we got early access to the shows. We got ad-free versions of all the content that we put out. So that includes the podcast itself, as well as the bonus content, the post show that we do every week. We got a lot of cool things on there as well. It's Patreon. I'm losing my brain. I've been talking for 2.5 hours. Go ahead over there, sign up for it. We appreciate all of our patrons who do sign up for it, because they directly help support this podcast and put it on the air. We also got the merchandise website, XXV the Label, which is actually down right now. XXV the Label is doing a complete kind of redesign and reconstruction of everything. So currently the merch website is down. So hopefully that'll be up again soon in the future. You can go check out some great options that we have with them. But yeah, so shout out to XXV the Label, and last but not least, our sponsors, Liquid IV. Head over to liquidiv.com. He's promo code Mafia_Moffitt. We also have NECTR, NECTR.energy, promo code MafiaProductions over there for a buy 3 get 1 free. So buy 2 get 1 free. And then we, last but not least, have weltsclothing.com, promo code FTS over there. Keep struggling over at welts.com. So let's wrap this on up, boys. Aaron, appreciate you so much for coming on tonight. It was a great time with you. Shout out again to our guest who decided to flake on us. We love you too, Colt. But for my co-host, Brando, Baird, for Stephen Hatch, for our special guest, Aaron, was it Gieseke?
Gieseke.
Gieseke?
It's like whiskey with a G.
Whiskey, Gieseke. All right.
Gieseke.
That's what we'll do.
Yes, sir.
My name is Ryan
Whiskey with
Mafia Moffitt. And if Hatch wants to shut up, this has been episode 130 of From the Sidelines. Do that thing you do, Hatch.
Bye.
See you guys later.